I'm sorry, I'm trailer trash.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Well, you're the reason we watched this movie.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Yeah.
Because somehow I had never fucking seen this movie before. I don't know how.
It was all over. It was all over MTV.
Yeah.
Back when it was new.
2001.
That's where I saw it. I haven't seen it since until this recent viewing, and I'm glad you brought this back up because
Chucky, thank you for bringing this into my life.
It was delightful.
Capatown.
Yeah. What a time.
Show about pop culture stuff. We keep watching and connected, but it's never enough. Talking with our friends about our favorite things, TV shows and movies and some random swearing. Hey! 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 This is the pretty, this is the little, this is the pretty little podcast.
What a ta, all you pretty little people. This is the Pretty Little Podcast. I'm your host, Deadbeat Chad. With me is Chucky Sleaze. Chucky, say hello.
Yeah.
And also we have perpetual special guest, Jess in the house. Jess.
Hi, I'm in the house. This is me in the house. And we're here to talk about Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Ah, wow.
This is one of those films.
Dude, it is so distinct. It is so 2001.
Is that becoming your catchphrase? This is one of those films.
Yeah. Well,
that's the beauty of a good catchphrase, because like you're
just,
always correct every time you say it, but those that it be is something
it's just
different.
so natural.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a film that is of the time. I believe it came out in 2001.
Yeah.
2002-ish.
2001
Okay.
is at least what IMDb says.
Well, this movie existed then. It exists kind of only then. This is one of those movies I remember being a big deal and then just no one talked about it.
I remember hearing about it, but at 2001, I wasn't really going to movies. Like 98, 99, I saw every fucking movie in theaters, no matter what. But I had already had moved on to, I don't know, drinking underage by that point. So, meh, I wasn't going to movies as much. But holy shit. But at the same time, this makes me think so much of Basketball and Kung Pao, both of those, which are both movies that I fucking love.
Definitely one of those silly ass movies.
It is one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen, and yet it's fucking genius. Like in its
simple.
Oh my god,
it's so simple and that it's beautiful because you're not thinking too hard. If you see this one time, anytime you watch this after that, you can just have it on. You're not going to have to pay attention to it. The plot is very shallow in this thing. It moves along pretty quickly.
What are you talking about? There's a lot of emotional beats.
There's a few, but I mean, the movie itself is an hour and 11 minutes long.
Something like that. Yeah, the last 15 minutes after that is bloopers and music video.
Montages.
And maybe alternate takes,
and the credits.
scenes. I don't know. It just kept going.
Oh, but, Pootie Tang, by the way. Who
is Pootie Tang? What is Pootie Tang?
I think Pootie Tang is just kind of like a force of confidence.
I think he's Jesus.
He's a little Jesus. He's Christ-like.
He's a Christ-like figure.
Yes, he is. Chucky, what do you think?
Yeah, you're the reason we watched this, so.
He's like McGruff the crime dog. Or like the owl that would the hoot give a hoot don't pollute guy.
Okay, I was like.
Or that fucking bee, that lightning bug.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But mixed with who's that? No. Dolomite.
Oh,
Mixed with Dolomite.
Yes.
And it reminds me a lot of CB4. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Chris Rock's other, it's like, Spinal Tap.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Spinal Tap was
so a
gangster rap. Yeah, gangster rap.
The only movie like that
the early 90s.
Yeah, the only movie like that I've seen that I recall is Fear of a Black Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's exactly like that.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah.
don't be a menace while drinking your
Yes.
juice in the hood.
Yeah, it's a millennium blaxploitation kind, but goddamn, it's so good.
It's like an
so
exploitation on blaxploitation.
Right?
It's
Yes,
just bouncing off
it's
the wall so much.
Self-aware. Yeah, no, that's a great way to think of it. Yeah, it's very self-aware and purposeful.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
In its ridiculousness, it's
And
very well done.
The first time you watch this, like, okay, we might as well get this out of the way. Pootie Tang has a very specific way of talking.
Yes.
He has his own language, pretty
Mhm.
much. You can understand what he's saying, even if you're not familiar with the terminology, because of the way that the actor is delivering the lines.
Yes.
He's very emotive.
But also at the same time, I mean, they didn't.
It's gibberish.
Well,
it's like what you say to your cat or your dog when you're talking baby talk.
It
to
is,
them.
but at the same time, it's purposeful gibberish because it's the same. Like, say, I don't know, what's one of his like tais? Like, yeah, like that's good. Like, right? Like each of his little
Yeah,
sayings
but again,
and whatnot.
it's the delivery on it, so you know exactly
I know,
what.
but each thing means it actually does mean something. They're not just
Yes.
he's not just talking out of his ass. They've developed this kind of side language, Pootie speak or whatever.
Capatown.
Yeah. And it really sets him apart. I mean, me being the person I am, I think of Toji Inumaki from Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's the only anime reference I'm going to be making because he also has he only speaks in food words because his like powers all through like speech. Anyways,
If you say so.
I'm just saying, like when he says bonito flakes, it means a thing, and when Pootie Tang says wadata, it means a certain thing. It's not just like absolute garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is like a short segment.
Yeah, it's like kafefi.
There is like a
Or
short
Santorum.
segment in this thing that like they flash like different words on the screen
Yeah.
and then they show what he would say to represent those words. It's very quick. And there's only like 3 words or phrases or something that they did that with.
It's the little transit because there's several transitions throughout this movie, like momentary like psychedelic backgrounds and Pootie Tang and some girls dancing, and then moves on.
This
to the
has
next scene.
it's got an Austin Powers cadence to it,
Yeah.
where it's just anytime they need to transition between scenes, it's Pootie Tang dancing.
That's a great. It's very Austin Powers. I haven't seen Austin Powers in like 25 years, so I forgot. But yes.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
type
they
of
did that
film
too.
where it's just they need a transition from scene to scene. So instead of writing something clever, they just decided to throw in some
They
rap
used to
music.
I
do
like
that in the
that, though.
60s a
Yeah,
lot
it's
with
fine.
like shows like Lovin' and shit.
Well, that's
Yeah,
probably
yes.
why Austin Powers did it too.
Yeah.
Because that was very.
It
spooky.
works for this film
60s.
specifically, whereas Austin Powers, it just really annoyed the piss out of me because I hate that fucking character.
Let's not go. I'll go down a Mike Myers rabbit hole, and let's not do that. So, anyways, what's this movie about? What are we doing?
Okay, well, I mean, it's okay. So Pootie Tang is kind of a local but also global celebrity.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone knows him, and everyone understands him.
He became like a major celebrity, but never moved out of his hometown. So he's like
he's
really,
down to earth, man.
yes, he's
and
down
he
to
cares
earth.
about the kids.
He's definitely all about like where he came from,
A little town outside of Gary, Indiana,
called
That's true.
Chicago.
called Chicago.
Yeah.
Called Chicago.
So he's there. He's the way that this film starts is he's already a major celebrity. He's doing an interview
With Bob Costas.
with Bob Costas,
Yeah.
yes, as a
Which
talk
is
show.
weird because Bob Costas, from what I understand, was on ESPN, right? Back in the day with Al Michaels. And I only know that because of Basketball, which is a movie I fucking loved. Like, I've seen so many times. But it's the same type of thing where this like actual interview person in real life is in the movie playing the role and taking it all,
Yes.
perfectly seriously.
Yeah, he's not playing a character. He's
no,
playing
he
himself.
is Bob Costas
interviewing
interviewing
Pootie
Pootie Tang. Yeah.
About a movie that he has written called "Sign Your Pitty on the Runny Kine."
You have never sounded more white.
I don't know how to do this without sounding white. So he's doing this interview, and in classic interview style, he's got a clip, which we'll get into at the end of the film.
Yes.
But they show a clip of this movie that he's
It's his newest movie.
It's a lot like Freaked in that
Yeah,
way.
I thought about
It
that,
is.
yeah.
Yes, there are
Back to
definitely
back, man.
parallels
Strange,
between
yeah.
Freaked and this movie.
Yeah.
It's also like Jess had mentioned, there's a lot of like basketball in this too.
Yeah.
Which
Robert
is odd,
Vaughn is
but-
in this and Bob Costas. I don't know. people that I literally only really know from that movie.
But
I know
there's
they were
also,
actual people with,
like-
like serious roles, but
Tu Wong Fu, where halfway through the movie they go out to the country.
I love that movie.
Yeah, this has
What
that
the fuck?
same
Where did that come
similar.
from?
Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
it's-
the first one.
Whenever
Yeah, they even go. Yeah, he goes to the farm.
Mhm.
He doesn't sit in a tub like Raphael did, though. Throw a fit.
Are you
No,
still
he
upset
sat in the
about this?
tub over at Wanda's, over at Biggie Shorty's place.
Hey yo, yeah.
So yeah, you're the one that took notes. You got the timeline in order. So let's go through this thing.
Okay, yeah. Well, like you said, it opens with the interview with Bob Costas. We go to the clip, and it opens with Dick Lecter, our main big baddie of the whole film. He's like, I mean, all of this is really representative of issues overall, right? So he's all of corporate America, right?
This
He
is
the
corporate America
worst,
is trying to take whatever the biggest celebrity in the world is and corrupt them
and
into
take advantage of them,
yes.
to exploit them.
to exploit
Yes.
them to sell their products. In this case, they're selling cigarettes.
And switchblades and whiskey and bad burgers. And,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's basically like he's in a meeting with some other people, including a really young looking to me, Dave Attell, who I adore. Stand-up comedian for like
He's
ever.
great.
You know, talking about how like the sales of all their various terrible businesses are down, and it's because
As I was saying before, like the reason why this is important is because Pootie Tang, not only is he like a local but also global celebrity, he's not an evil person.
no, he's literally good, because the reason all of their prices and businesses are starting to tank is because he is doing PSAs, the same, you know,
Yes,
dare to say no, you know,
he is just
all of
being
that shit.
himself out
Yes.
in the community, helping kids, helping people in any way that he can.
But the difference
And
is, unlike all the PSAs we watched as kids, were they effective for you? Did Dare work?
Dare did not work.
Okay, so
and
unlike
the
all of,
anti-marijuana commercials just made me want to smoke pot. So
but unlike all of that, people.
I used to go around and say to grown-ups, I want to be a junkie when I grow up.
I learned it by watching you.
But unlike all of that bullshit, kids are actually paying attention to Pootie's PSAs. He is that well regarded.
He's got the riz.
He does.
He has so much riz that like
He
the
doesn't
community
even
just
have to
can't
speak English to
No.
like everyone.
And by the
from
way,
birth.
like with all the like weird speech patterns that he has and just his own vocabulary, at the same time, everyone in this movie knows exactly what he's
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. It's never brought up beyond like once he's born, you know, they do go over like doctors and scientists were baffled, like, what the fuck is he saying? But then, you know, after it cuts and he's an adult, everyone across the world like accepts
get it.
this. Yeah, they don't, it's never
get it.
questioned. It's never
And
anything.
it makes
It just
sense
is.
because as you're watching, if you're watching this movie for the first time, it does make sense.
It doesn't, no, it really does.
All of his catchphrases, all of his strange mannerisms and everything, they really work in this to convey what he is saying.
Right.
And I think that's super important. Who was the actor who played Pootie Tang?
I don't know.
Lance Carruthers.
Lance, yeah.
Has
Okay, there
he
you
been
go.
in something else?
Nope.
See?
Oh,
Wait,
Okay.
I mean, he's had very small parts in other things.
Because like this is another movie where everybody's in this fucking movie.
Yes.
And yet Pootie Tang, the man
main
himself,
character.
I have no fucking
is
idea.
unknown.
I've never seen him
Dude,
before.
just try to look him up on YouTube. There's like 2 videos. One from TMZ saying like, is Pootie Tang is there gonna be a part 2? That was 8 years ago.
We don't need a part 2.
This is perfect in and of itself.
It's, I don't know. He's like a child actor that decided to stay out of
Like,
Hollywood
He did Pootie Tang and was like, nah, I'm good.
when he was 30.
Hey, good on him, man.
Yeah,
He
no.
is perfect for this
But
role.
no, well, that
He really
like
is.
I was telling you earlier, because we watched this twice. Once
Yeah.
earlier this week, and then once just about an hour ago we finished it. And he is Pootie Tang,
Yeah.
right? He's not Chris Rock. He's not Dave Attell. He's not like any JB Smoove, any of the people in this fucking movie. He just is. He's a man of mystery.
Yeah.
But good for him. I hope he's having a
He
good
is
life.
kind of Jennifer Coolidge.
I hate her. I fucking hate her. I have never, goddamn, any movie.
She's fine.
No. It's her
I'm not a
face,
huge
man.
fan.
No,
Didn't
she
you-
does the.
Didn't you have a question for Chucky?
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to know what you
I'm gonna-
thought about her. What do you think about?
Does she do it for
Stifler's
you?
Mom?
Am I sexually attracted to Jennifer
Yes.
Coolidge?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Me either. I don't know what it is. She just comes off as like
because again,
desperate.
she
and
always plays this particular character, right? And to be fair, she's the original MILF. Like that's where the term was coined, was in American Pie, and she was
Yes.
Stifler's mom. She was the mom I'd like to fuck, not me. That's the term. So, but ever since then, she's been typecast as this very particular character, and we are jumping so far ahead. I don't know why you brought her up because she doesn't come up for a very long time.
I brought her up.
You brought it. God damn it!
I
Chucky.
was positive that this was the same actress that was in the Stacy's mom video.
No, God,
Who
that's
was the-
Rachel Hunter,
Okay, who's that?
a fucking supermodel. It's not Jennifer Coolidge.
Isn't she Rod Stewart's
I think
ex?
so.
I haven't seen
I
that
think
music
so.
video in 20 years.
Yeah, but this is the kind of stupid shit that takes up space in my brain. Did I look that up? No. Why do I know that? I don't fucking know. But I do, and I hate that song.
I think they utilized her well in that White Lotus show because she's very annoying in that. And
I would like to see
the
her
whole
in
point
something
of her
where she's
character.
like actually acting.
That's the well. It has
I'd like to
be
see
an
her
acting.
range
No,
or whatever.
she just has that character. It's basically the same in Legally Blonde
Well,
or anything else.
Like
she's
I was
in.
telling you while we watched this film, it's like it's not that she's hopeless or anything. I mean, she's pretty enough. She just needs more class.
Well,
and
she purposefully like trashes herself so down. No, it's fine. Like
yeah, if she was
dude,
just
she's making money playing this exact same character. I just hate the fucking faces she makes. And
if she was just
Ugh.
a lot less desperate and a little more classy, it would work for her. But
oh, this is when I wish we were an audio video podcast, Chucky. That was an amazing impression of her face. Oh my god. So we'll come back to Jennifer Coolidge in 50 minutes or however long it takes us to get to where
Irene?
she's an important part of the plot, but she's a small
Cool.
part of the movie.
Yeah, so anyways, the movie opens.
Go for it.
Well, no, there's a shootout, right? Dirty D and Bad Biddy. There's a
Low down and dirty, don't you know what I'm about? Stay out my way and keep my name out your mouth.
Nice. Hey,
Dude, when Chad and I edit these episodes, every time I'm like, I love it when Chucky is the soundtrack.
oh yeah, definitely. Now, I'm gonna look on Spotify to see if this has a soundtrack. I'm
Oh
sure
my
it does,
God.
but
But yeah, so anyways, Bad Biddy, he's like the baddest motherfucking drug dealer like in town, right? He's there in his blue suit, looking fly, whatever. And then Dirty D rolls up in his.
You forgot
with his
about
posse.
Froggy.
I haven't. Well, Dirty D's with Froggy, yo.
oh yeah, he is.
Dirty D rolls up, and I mean, he is the guy who does all the dirty work for corporate America, right? He's got like God, he dresses like a 70s pimp who like got stuck in a mud puddle.
Every one of these,
He's Pigpen.
He's very
Yes.
Pigpen. Literally, he's Dirty D for a fucking reason.
Pigpen.
I was
I
gonna say
can't
that.
say that again.
Pigpen.
Every one of these like characters in this film that are
They're caricatures.
yes, they are
Absolutely.
they are Jim Henson's Muppet levels of
It's fucking genius. They all
on
do so
board
well.
with their bit.
But like Dirty D, yeah, he's dirty. His fucking car is covered in shit and mud. He gets out of a car, he dips down, he picks up dirt, rubs it on his face, pours it in his mouth,
Yes.
rubs it on his coat, and he's like, hell yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
You
he's
know, so-
Dirty D. That's what he does. He's
Yeah.
he's dirty,
Yeah, but
literally and
he
figuratively.
works for Dick Lecter, right? He does all the bullshit for corporate America, right? So he comes up and he and Bad Biddy have a meeting, and Bad Biddy's like, hell yeah, I've got these new drugs, whatever. Anyway, so they get this kid who's literally named Kid and is
The
acknowledged.
dumbest kid in town.
Exactly. That rolls up on a bike out of nowhere, and he's
By
just
the
like,
way,
hey kid, do these,
Throughout
take this.
throughout this whole film, JB Smoove is narrating.
Mm-hmm.
He's the narrator through this thing. He's explaining different events in Pootie's life.
Yeah.
This is just how we are introduced to the character, and then they get into like his childhood.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, Bad Biddy offers drugs to this kid, and he's like, is it candy? And they were like, yeah, it's candy. The kind, you want to do it, Chucky?
The kind you smoke in a pipe.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So,
So, ha ha ha! Pop candy!
but then a pale blue car rolls into frame.
This was written by Louis C.K.
I know, and directed by. So, anyways, Pootie Tang rolls up because bad shit's going down, and again, like it's a very Christ-like thing. Somehow he knows to be here at this time because
He has a nice car.
yeah.
What is his license plate said?
It's like, oh god, it starts with a C. It's like,
Was it Crammy?
No. It was like Cheppa or something. Fuck, I don't know. God damn it.
Chepo?
Keepa.
Cheepa?
Something.
Yeah, he has a vanity plate on his car. It's weird, but yeah.
The Stingray.
It
is.
is.
The powder blue
It is.
Stingray.
It is.
It's the ugliest color stingray they ever
Hey,
made.
fuck you. I
Fuck
like powder
you.
blue.
No.
Yeah,
They-
no, that's double fuck you. You lose. We win.
Powder blue is awful.
Look at my
You're
shorts.
awful. Dude, I like powder blue. You are
You
very
making
powder
fun
blue
of my
today.
shorts?
Did
No,
you?
well,
Did
this
you
is
wait?
kind of
Wait.
powder
did you
blue
purposefully
sea green.
Coordinate today? Are
He
you
always does.
coordinating
What are
every
you
time you
talking
come
about?
over here?
Yes.
I think he is.
Dude, I fucking talked about it on an earlier podcast episode.
You remember the day that I had to take your picture for like promotional shit for the podcast?
Yeah.
You wore a skeleton shirt and you brought a skeleton mask.
But y'all hadn't talked about it beforehand.
No, you were
Chucky
like
is at the ready.
he was ready to go with the skeleton shit,
The stars are aligning.
and it
dude.
worked. That was a great picture. This is my favorite picture of you, man.
The one with the mask on?
the one where you can't see his face. He has a wonderful face.
It's
That is
fucking
such a
hilarious
shitty thing
because
to say.
it's Chucky in a skeleton mask wearing a skeleton shirt. You can't make that shit up.
I mean, you could. It'd be very easy. But the fact that you didn't is what's good.
I didn't. I was wearing it.
That's
and you
why it's
needed a
hilarious
picture
to
that
me.
day. All right.
I love you, man.
So
I want
Pootie
you
Tang
to-
rolls up and stops the kid from taking drugs
Yes.
and all of that shit. He has this magic belt that isn't magic, but you don't find that out until later. He can, I don't know, man, he just shows up immediately. They
He
start
shows up.
shooting.
He starts dancing, and they do that thing where they
It's very Matrixy, like obviously parody Matrix.
Yeah, it was, 2 years after The
Yes,
Matrix?
yeah.
So,
2-3 years. So yeah, it was so heavy in that.
Well, I mean, they were still making Matrix movies at this point.
Well,
too,
yeah, but,
so
but
that-
the whole mockery of it
right
was in full fucking
the
swing.
bullet time slow motion shit.
Absolutely. So, Pootie, they start shooting at him and his, braid deflects because his hair is braided back, and he, flips
Yeah.
it around and it deflects
He's
the bullet.
dodging all the bullets, much like Neo does in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And,
But with more style, arguably.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he starts using his ponytail
Yeah.
to deflect the bullets
Ting.
out of the way, and it's all
Which-
done in this slow motion.
That tells
bullet
you
time
everything.
style.
That is the humor of this movie. In a
Yes.
nutshell, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I
it's-
think that's where they got the idea for Bayonetta.
I can't say you're wrong because I don't
would
know,
love
but
that to be true. I somehow doubt it, but that would be amazing.
let's go with it. So yeah, it's that Matrix style bullet time,
Yeah.
deflecting bullets, dodging bullets, hitting the bullets out of the way with the ponytail.
So yeah, but again, and that makes me think of Kung Pao and shit like that. That's where which again is
Yeah.
goddamn what a stupid fucking movie that will always have a special place
Kung
in
Fu
my heart.
Hustle, that type of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
So, anyways, he beats the shit out of Bad Biddy, right, and spanks him with his belt. And Dirty D gets in his car and he tries to go away.
I like how he jumps on him and just starts to ride him as he's spanking him.
absolutely.
He's
Absolutely.
riding him like a carousel
That
horse.
is ultimate humiliation right there. But yeah, so and he, he's done with Bad Biddy, so he chases after Dirty D, who is driving his shitty ass car.
Jumps in the car.
Absolutely, jumps in the window and sits because the window's down. He sits on the door of the car and starts beating him with his belt as he's driving. Gets it around his neck, and then he ends up directing somehow.
You
He's
see
pulling
some
and so he's
kids,
turning.
Hey, Pootie Tang!
And yeah, and a girl too.
hey.
Yeah, there's a lady too. She's like, "Hey, Pootie."
This
He's
is
like, "Yeah, hi."
Ratatouille logic.
Yeah, no, he ratatouilles him to a car
Yes,
wash.
absolutely.
And he's like, "No, not the soap, no, blah, blah, blah." And he goes through and he comes out clean, and that's the end of that scene.
So after this, we're now
We go into the past.
we're going into the past. We're going to learn a little bit about Pootie as a kid, who,
He was just born as he was, man.
yeah,
He's very authentically himself. But so and now we meet Chris Rock in one of several roles.
he is half the cast.
I think 3 because he's Daddy Tang. He's
He's
his
the
friend.
radio DJ.
He's the radio DJ.
Yeah, he's the best friend.
Yeah. Not Chucky. God damn it. What's Chris Rock's name in this?
You
That is terrible.
didn't write that shit down?
No, I didn't write that shit down. Nope.
Fuck.
Anyways.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, you Google that. So, but yeah, no, we go back to Pootie's childhood. And basically, I do like the same, anybody who's around our age, which is too old, remembers the puka shell fucking necklace, like, insanity that happened, like, late 90s, early 2000s. Every boy had, like, a fucking... They either had the chain necklace, like, the big, like, ball chain, or they had the puka shells. So he's got the puka shell necklace even as a kid. And it's just talking about how, like... And this is fucking... Okay. They start talking about how even when he was a kid, like, all the ladies loved him. And, so he's like a little kid, 7, 8, whatever, walking down the street with his friend. And, this woman's, like, lounging on her, like, steps outside her house. And she's like, hey, Pootie. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, God. But, like, she actually, I think, wants to fuck this child.
Yeah.
Which is
definitely
concerning. And then it cuts to another one. And this woman, is throwing shit out the window, clothes, teddy bears, like, obviously kid shit. She's like, get out of here, Pootie Tang. I'm done with your shit. Blah, blah, blah. She throws his 3-wheeler. Like,
His big wheel.
Exactly. Which I thought was funny. Throws it out the window. And she's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
No,
right.
Pootie, don't go.
This
Like,
is fucking
oh
weird
my
to me
God.
because
I like the really slow close up they got where he's just it's a
Considering.
man. he's just sitting there
It's a life lesson
contemplating.
being learned
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
it was JB, by the way.
Huh?
JB was the character that Chris Rock played, the best friend.
Oh my God. What the fuck? I guess because JB Smoove is Chucky. So when they were listing him out later, I thought JB was JB. Okay. Man, why the fuck did they name him JB when one of... okay. Anyway, so...
Why did they name him JB?
Well, like, if we already have a JB Smoove in the cast, why wouldn't either JB play JB or JB be named something else?
And it is dumb that he was named JB.
God damn it, don't be my least favorite person in this fucking movie. Lacey, I remember his name.
Yeah.
God damn it, I hate that guy so much.
Everybody knows this
I
guy
have
that just
been-
kind of like you say something and then he just reiterates it.
I've been Chris Rock in that situation so many fucking times in my life where I say something and no one listens. And then Chad, you're really good at this, at like me saying something and then like a minute and a half later you say the same thing and think it's your own fucking idea when you just didn't
I don't listen to you.
I like
Exactly.
it on Deadwood when Swearingen is constantly yelling at the mayor because he's always repeating everything he says in
Yes.
a different way.
Yes.
That is a great example. Yes, yeah, perfect. I mean, everybody knows that person in their life that you're talking to them, and they just kind of. I don't know.
I used to do the same thing with like book reports in school. I would just read the encyclopedia, and every sentence I would just say it in a different way, and they would
the
never
dictionary
notice.
defines blah as, and then restate your intention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Public schools.
Hey man, it was easy to
Teachers
get away
didn't
with
give
shit
a
back then.
Fuck.
Yeah, as long as you tried.
You know
Anyways,
who else went to public school? Probably Pootie Tang.
most likely
Most likely.
he grew up very poor.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a decent place though. Because you meet Daddy Tang, who's Chris Rock again, who plays Pootie's dad.
They just put some.
And his mom, they don't ever name her. He calls her Mama D, but that's like D for Dilly, I would assume. So
yeah,
that's
kinda.
like the mom woman.
But she also looked way too old to be his mom.
Oh, but she had a nice face. I like.
She looked like she was in her mid-50s.
Well, but they also tried to age Chris Rock up, like he had gray in his hair when he's Daddy Tang and stuff like that.
But why?
Maybe they had a child later in life, Chad.
Okay, if you say so.
I do.
But
That's why Pootie's a little R word.
okay, we're gonna get.
Are we really kind?
We're gonna discuss this.
No,
I don't
we
think it's
need
that.
to?
I don't think it's that. I think that
You're really gonna bring up what you said to me
Yes.
like the first. Oh my god!
I think the character of Pootie Tang might be a little autistic. he has all the traits of an autistic kid,
There are,
and then an autistic man.
All right,
But he makes it work. It works for him well, and he is very charismatic.
He is. He is.
But he is a little autistic.
Dude, the best of us are. All right, fuck you.
I agree. I 100% agree. Most anybody who made anything in this world that's worth a damn is autistic.
Thank you. Anyways, my own bullshit aside. No, I mean, I get where that could be portrayed as. Obviously, in 2001, that wasn't like a buzzword. That wasn't a thing. That wasn't talked about. But he is very quiet and less directly addressed. He makes up his own stuff. He is very
silence is golden to him.
Well, and if he can shrug or nod, he'll do that. He's pretty uncomfortable around most people, honestly. Most of the time, especially the women. He's very unmoved by all of
that. Kind of also leads back to the autism thing.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, just being uncomfortable, being touched, things like that. He just kind of like.
Well, you could read it two ways because, like, later on, with that fucking crazy ass woman who's all over him, screaming in his ear, like, at the same time, autistic or not, okay, yeah, get all the pussy you want, but eventually it's not going to be what you actually want, and you're going to get fucking tired of it. And so he's just like, ugh. So that could be read one of two ways.
I think he's looking for somebody who gets him.
Yeah, and he finds her.
Not the groupies who think they get him.
No.
Right, Chucky?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to leave you out of this conversation.
I keep bringing stuff up. Like, all I said was R word, and you guys want a whole tangent about how autistic he is. Because he had been having this autistic
fucking conversation with me last time we watched it.
I'm sorry, man. I pick up on the social cues. That's what I do.
So Daddy Tang really is that's going to sound like a bad cut when we edit this, but I literally did just start that there. All right, so... But no, Daddy Tang really does try and teach Pootie right from wrong, right? He has a much more, I guess we could say, old school way of going about it, which is to, slap him with the belt every time he steps out of line. Like they're at dinner and he goes to get more peas and whoosh,
he's very quick with the belt.
Yeah. And he's like, you better ask your mom, can you have more peas?
Anytime that little Pootie Tang gets a little out of line.
Can I Jimmy Jam on the peas, Mama Tang?
Yeah.
Yeah, even as a kid, he's been doing this his whole life.
Yeah, it's just authentically him. And, so he asks for more peas in his own way. He calls them cherries, but that's fine.
It is extremely charming.
Yeah, no, it is. And she's like, of course you can, Pootie Tang. But anyway, so... But yeah, no, the belt, I do need to point out, is so effective. Daddy Tang is so good at keeping Pootie in line that he can get him when he's not fucking there. Because, there's a scene with him and, JB Smoove as a kid, Chucky as a kid. And, they're walking down and he's like, hey, you want to steal some apples, Pootie? And Pootie's like, hell yeah. And here comes the belt
comes out of nowhere. And he's nowhere around.
Yeah, Daddy Tang is not there.
Yeah.
But he is a force of good for all of his whatever methods. He really is respect women, help people, be a good person.
This is a good father. A very good father.
He has good intentions.
Anyways, continue.
Okay. So, anyways, I don't know. Pootie's mom dies. I don't remember if they really said how.
They don't.
I didn't think so.
But they do explain how his father dies.
Yeah, he dies a few years later by a vicious gorilla attack at the steel mill. So,
yeah,
but to be fair, that was only the third attack by gorilla at that steel mill. So
that scene is ridiculous.
This whole movie is ridiculous. You cannot go into this
This is a man in a gorilla costume,
absolutely
attacking Chris Rock.
Yes, and not even a good high quality gorilla costume.
It doesn't even look like what the gorilla is doing to him would be fatal.
Oh no.
He has to be very delicate, man. Chris Rock is
in 2001, are you kidding me? He was top of the world, especially at that point.
I meant how skinny he is.
Oh, that too?
He's like Chad size.
Thanks.
Get fucked. No, so anyway.
You're Chad.
Yes, I'm a skinny man, okay? I'm a very skinny man.
No, yeah, so anyways.
I got enough for both of us.
So Daddy Tang is fatally injured by a gorilla, but he does have time to come home and have this last important speech with
Which
Pootie.
is weird to me because you would think that he would die because of the gorilla attack, not in bed at home later.
There's tomatoes and peppers on my desk. Chucky, you brought me more produce.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just noticed that. It's right in front of me.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
looking at you.
I thought you were thanking me for it earlier. Never mind.
That too. Those. You brought me more produce.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about that earlier.
Oh.
No, you were thanking
Oh,
me
I was
for the
talking about
stuff.
the previous stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Chucky brings me tomatoes and peppers because he's a good boy. And thank you. Anyway, so Daddy Tang is on his deathbed.
He's on his
You're
deathbed.
welcome.
He's passing the torch at this point.
Or the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The torch belt.
The torch belt. He's passing the torch
It's a
belt.
flaming heart
It is.
wrapped in barbed
Yeah,
wire
but
or
it's
something.
got
It is kind of a
almost that
torch.
Kind of, because it's got like an infinity of pearls across the flame. I don't know.
I think the belt buckle being a
Very-
torch is representative of passing.
It looks like something you'd buy at a swap meet.
Well, he got it at the Piggly Wiggly for 95 cents.
He did get.
later on.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, he tells little Pootie, like, anything you need, just be a good person. And if anyone ever tries to do something bad, like in your presence, basically, use this belt. You can whip anyone's ass with this belt. And whatever you do, Pootie, don't let the ladies get between you and
Yeah.
the belt. And
You
then-
love the ladies, and Lord knows the ladies love you.
Yes. So, yeah, but he tells him that. Don't let the ladies get between you and the
Don't
belt.
let them come between you and that belt.
And then he dies.
Yeah.
So obviously this means a lot to little baby Pootie Tang because he takes that very much to heart.
This is where all of this character's confidence comes from in this movie.
Yeah.
Having that belt is what gives him the confidence to.
I mean, he experienced
Beat everyone's
the power
ass.
of the belt himself for years, right? Even when
It's Samson's
that-
hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
it's
much
it's
so.
it's that it's just the gimmick that gives them the confidence they need that they had all along.
Yes, exactly. So yeah. So I don't know. There's probably another music video
No,
about Pootie Tang at this point.
they just have a montage of all the good things that he does in his
Okay.
life.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He became a star.
And it shows
all
him
that.
with like all these different stars and stuff. And it makes me think it's probably like promotional stuff from like before the movie even
That
came
makes sense.
out or
Like
was
different
completed.
red carpet events that they would go to.
Yeah, because there's a picture of him in Pootie Tang costume talking to Gwyneth
Yeah,
Paltrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was clearly at like a red carpet.
I think the world could really use an actual Pootie Tang right about now.
Legit, yes. I 100%.
The whole
agree.
time I was watching this movie,
He's
I was like,
genuinely good.
where the fuck are these celebrities
Oh, yeah.
that are doing the right thing, that are sending the right message, being positive in their communities instead of the worthless shit fuck assholes that they actually are in their real lives?
Well, and it just goes to show, like, if you genuinely are a good person, it doesn't matter what you do, which we'll go into soon. He's going to make a new hit single, and that just goes to show, like, I don't know.
This, thank you for recommending this.
Yeah,
Chucky.
no, I genuinely adored this movie.
This movie made me actually really think a lot about today's, political climate and our societies.
That's
and
all you think about.
yeah, but I mean, like, this movie kind of gave me hope
Oh, yay!
in a weird kind of way.
Well, that's fucking good for a change.
Yeah, it really did. Like, Pootie Tang is just,
All praise Pootie Tang if he did that for you.
like, if you have not seen this film, if you're too young to have been around when it came out.
My
or-
brother who listens to every episode.
Yeah,
It's on YouTube.
It
Go
is
watch
free
Pootie
on
Tang.
YouTube. Go watch this movie.
So, Pootie's now an adult. He is a worldwide sensation. Everyone loves him. And basically, I mean, you get to see Chucky grown up, and it's another one of those introduction. I'm Chucky. I'm, to introduce the cast. This is their role in the film and all of that. It's also where we meet my favorite character in the entire movie, which is Biggie Shorty, played by Wanda Sykes, who I fucking adore. I have always loved her.
Wanda Sykes is not only my favorite part of this movie, but like after watching this, because she was one of my favorite stand-up comedians
I fucking
ever.
love her.
Her stand-up comedy is genius. I loved all of her specials.
Mhm.
And just over the past few years, she just kind of fell off my radar. And now I want to go back and like watch some of that stand up.
Yeah. No, the moment I hear her talk, she is one of my favorite voices in the world.
Yeah,
her
she
way,
is-
the way she speaks is so distinct. It's so
And in this
Only
movie,
her.
is as filthy as she is and as dirty as she is
love
being in
her.
this movie, she's very, very charismatic.
Well, she's the heart of the movie, really.
Yeah.
I believe that, her and Pootie. But yeah, no. So yeah, Wanda Sykes. I don't know. What do you think about her, Chucky?
She kind of reminds me of what's her name, Jane from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
The manager.
Yeah.
How she's like trying to fuck the main character the whole time, but it like has the most, you know, the smartest things to say to him.
Right. Yeah.
Like in the long run.
It should have been her all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. That character.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And the running joke with her character is that, like, she kind of dresses like...
Dude, she color coordinates as well as Chucky.
Right.
I'm going to make a bold statement here. Her color coordination on
She's
fucking
dressed
point.
like a stereotypical hooker.
Well, but how dare you? And we'll get to that in time.
Yes, but you find out that she is not at all a hooker. She just she just likes to
Just
dress
because
fancy
she dresses
and hang out with
kind
hoes.
of trashy and stand next to hookers does not fucking make her a hooker, and she will fucking tell you.
That was an amazing like arc for this character for me.
So, but yeah, no, we meet Biggie Shorty. She is also a known person, right? Like everyone, I'm guessing she throws like the best parties ever. Everyone wants to go
This
to Biggie
movie,
Shorty's
everybody
party.
knows everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
Well, but at the same time, Chucky, JB, Lacey, they are definitely a rung below Biggie Shorty.
It's like if Mayberry was in the middle of Chicago.
Yeah, it's that hierarchy of local celebrity.
Yeah, sure, yes.
Because
But that
everybody knows
also-
everybody.
Yeah. At least Pootie Tang's worldwide. I don't know about Biggie Shorty.
This is kind of like. Did you watch the Friday movies?
What? Oh, like next? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's
next
that-
Friday and all
yes,
that with
it's
like
that-
Ice Cube
yes.
and yeah, okay.
It's that type of
Chris Tucker.
atmosphere where everybody is just
Sure.
knows everybody,
Yeah.
but there's like a hierarchy of this person's
Importance,
better known
yeah.
than you are.
Yeah. So like Biggie Shorty, she is the party lady of Chicago, I'm assuming, or at least their neighborhood,
Yeah.
because like she throws the best parties. It is super exclusive. Blah blah blah.
And she exists solely to dance on street corners.
And have her wig match her shorts most of the time.
I don't know how she gets money.
It doesn't matter. She's Biggie Shorty. She
Yeah.
can get Missy Elliott.
Yeah, she just gets money.
But again, everybody's in this fucking movie. But I don't know. It's so specific. Everybody to people our age. I don't know if people older or younger would recognize all of the
Here's the
people that are
thing
in
that I
this
will say
movie.
about this film, and part of its genius, at least for my experience watching it, I grew up listening to gutter punk music. I listened to the worst type of shit you could possibly fucking imagine growing up. And I still knew every one of the people in this film, every musical artist. So, yeah, this was very much of the time where you could not escape
No,
hearing Missy Elliott somewhere.
dude, she's fucking awesome.
Or
To this day, I adore her. But
Another Bad Creation is on this soundtrack
yeah.
with Poison, which I honestly, even with
that
the
song is like transcend. Like people still.
yeah, that
I think
transcends
that's like a TikTok
anybody's
thing now.
taste in music.
Yeah.
That is just a fantastic fucking song. I don't care
Sure.
who you are, right, Chucky?
What?
Ugh.
He's just sitting here staring at you.
But yeah, the people in this film, I recognized all of them. The music in this film, I recognized all the artists. So yeah, it transcends something here. This movie really does kind of speak to everybody.
As long as you're our age.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes.
I don't-
Exactly.
I really don't know that
if
anybody
you were
super
alive
older or younger would even understand.
If you were alive, if you were a teenager in 2001, this movie would speak to you today, for sure.
I mean, yeah, the Master P song for people who remember Master P. That's the make them say na 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 na. Yeah, that like plays anytime Pootie Tang is in like a fight scene. That plays.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's very much of the time. So David Tell shows up.
Yeah, David Tell, very clean cut David Tell, which
He's
is
such
very
a
strange.
baby-faced David Tell, because like
Chucky, are you familiar with his stand up?
I used to watch that.
He
What
had
was
a
it?
show.
Insomniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insomniac
Okay.
with David Tell. I watched his most recent stand up with my brother like a month and a half ago. So to have recently seen him and then see 2001 like absolute baby face
Oh yeah,
There's
for
so
sure.
much alcohol in his future David Tell. Like in his newest stand-up, one of his whole like big bits is that he looks like a fucking homeless man. Like that is, you know, and he's not wrong. So, but yeah, no, he works for Dick Lecter. You know, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Is anybody following this fucking movie at this point? Holy
The Dick Lecter little group of people remind me of what's his name, Gene Hackman as Superman.
He is a Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman.
And that little redhead
absolutely.
that was with him in it. You know, he has the little girl sidekick, and then okay.
I have never seen a Superman movie in my life.
The early Superman movies are quite fun.
I know you feel that way,
We will watch them.
and I hope you have fun.
I like the one with Richard Pryor.
Yeah, that
Just
one was
'cause
good.
it's Richard Pryor.
I like
so-
Richard Pryor. I didn't know he was in the Superman movie.
Yeah, he's in the one that most people hate, right? Isn't that the one that
4?
they dislike?
Or even I know people hate
Yeah,
Superman.
yeah.
Or-
I think he's in 4 with. Anyways, we're not talking about Superman. This podcast is going off the rails here, guys. Let's get
just
back on
now,
track.
Starting just now. We've been doing so well up until now. So babyface David Tell shows up in his limo. And he's basically there. You know, he represents Dick Lecter and all of corporate America. He wants Pootie on their side, right? So he comes to offer him a contract for $20 million for pork chunk cereal. Because, yeah.
Now with more fat.
Yeah, yes. And but yeah, no, he's basically, I mean, it's obvious he's trying to buy him out, whatever. And Pootie in his Pootie way says no. And you know, then his friends kind of take over, and you know, they're like, well, yeah, and he was like, but it's $20 million. Like, how can you say no? And they're like, well, he actually knows everything else you guys sell, the whiskey, the switchblades, the burgers, all of this.
Yeah, they're running down the list of shit that's on this contract.
Yeah, and you know, you're actively, and in the contract it says he can't make the PSAs for the kids anymore, and blah blah. You know, they call him out on their shit. Basically.
Yeah, it basically lays it out for him. He's giving over his likeness to this corporation so that they can use it in any way that they see fit.
Absolutely, and he says "fuck you," and they go.
No, he says tippy tie. Don't tippy tie on my capatown.
Well, I was translating.
Is what he tells the man.
I'm looking at your notes. You wrote that down.
I did. I have so many notes that are just gibberish on here.
I have several too. But yeah, so let's see, where the fuck are we? Okay.
It looks like 5 different people wrote that.
I know, it looks like serial killer.
Yeah,
You've always
None
had
of
kind
your-
of serial killer handwriting.
None
I
of
like
the
it.
letters
It's
are
cool, though.
similar to each other. Like
None
you're
of
like
them. None of them.
He is
except for
actively
your
trying.
big
Oh,
D's.
Yeah, my
to
lowercase
be fair,
D's for
Chad
sure.
does have them big D's. That is true.
Okay, well, let's stay on track here.
So yeah, basically, you know, they shut him down. So then we check back in with Dick Lecter. And that's where, you know, with David Tell, I don't remember David Tell's character's name.
He's just corporate business guy to
sure
me.
he's David Tell. So,
He has a name, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's anti-actual David Tell.
He's there to set up, hey, we want to take over
He's
your
the
identity,
lackey, man. That's all he is.
and then get his ass kicked.
So
Which he
yeah,
promptly
but he
does.
goes back to tell Dick Lecter, you know, it's a no-go, and that's where we meet Jennifer Coolidge, who we talked about at length earlier.
Yeah,
Irene.
Irene.
Yeah. So, you know, and then that scene just kind of ends. So now we are on to the recording session. And okay, so Andy Richter is in this scene in one of the most amazing suits I've seen of all time. Not good.
Yeah, he
but
looks
very
like
amazing.
he looks like an old like the guy that brings you into the carnival.
Yeah.
He's very like
No, he really does. Because I was thinking more used car.
he looks like a
salesman, but
he
no,
looks like a
yeah.
flim flam man.
Absolutely. Even with the hat and everything.
He looks like a carnival barker.
Yes, well,
Yes.
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snake oil salesman.
Oh
Yes.
my god, yes. Is he Pootie's manager? That's the only
They
thing
don't
I
say
can-
who he is, and this is
Why
the
the
only scene
fuck
he's
is he
in,
there?
and it's
He's
3
in-
seconds long.
He's in a couple of like background things, like with Pootie and his gang, but so I'm guessing he's got to be his manager, right?
He has to be. something.
That's the only thing. Anyways, so it's a recording session. Among one of Pootie's many accomplishments is that he, you know, he's obviously like a super big pop star, along with I don't know, a person who made what is it? He acts in movies. He does everything. He's a man of many talents.
He's like Hulk Hogan from the 80s.
I wouldn't have called him Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan did PSAs all the time. He had that "I'm a real American," that fucking song. He what was the movie?
Different vibes, but same celebrity.
He was in Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny, yeah.
So, Andy Richter. And, basically they're in the booth with the producer and all of that. And it's that whole thing, like Pootie's there and he starts moving all the levels down, like one at a time.
Yeah, they're listening to a song. They're listening to a track.
What is going to be his next hit.
Yes. It's got drums. It's got everything. And then he starts moving the levels down on the board until it is silent.
Everything across the board. And they're like, oh. And then he goes in the booth. And the producer guy, I don't know, some white guy with an afro.
He's
someone.
He was on Parks and Rec. Remember, he was the.
Okay, all right. I knew I had seen him before.
Yeah,
thank you.
He is on that.
Chucky.
Okay,
thank you. Yes, I knew I had seen him before. So he's like, "All right, well, I'm doing it as you want, Pootie. All the levels are silent. Here we go." And I wanted to ask you guys: do you think he was actually silent, like recording that scene?
I don't think so. I think he was actually making noise in this scene. And the reason why is because when he's doing this, like you can see kind of Adam's apple in his throat moving.
And the tendons in his neck.
So he is giving a performance that they muted.
I see. I go back and forth on it. Yeah. See, again, God, I wish video podcast Chucky doing an amazing impression. But yeah, no, so it was amazing. God, you guys should be so jealous of what I say. You weren't even looking at him. So, but yeah, no, so Pootie goes in and he's miming. I mean, what we see is him miming, like giving a real, well, first of all, he starts feeling it, right? Like it's as if the beginning, like
he's like
opening music.
He's almost to the point where he's rubbing his own nipples and shit.
A little bit. And he's like, all right, he's feeling it, man. And then he starts, but he makes no fucking sound. And, it's all super.
He's very emotive.
Yes.
It looks like.
Over dramatic,
the way like Luther Vandross or like R. Kelly,
very much, or even Mariah Carey to bring the women into the whole like.
He is giving it his all.
Yeah, no, it's super. It's obvious that he, I don't know. It's like he's miming, making sound, not making sound, blah blah blah. Right, and of course
he's pantomiming.
Right, and of course it's brilliant because it's Pootie Tang, right? So then it kind of. It cuts to Chris Rock again, this time as a DJ, introducing the new song from Pootie Tang, right?
You like it? I like it. Anyway.
And the song is called, and you can't see it because, again, we're not a fucking video podcast, but I did the thing. You kind of like jazz hands and open your mouth, right? Like that's the name of the song.
Yeah.
And then, he plays it. And of course, we don't fucking hear anything. But then it cuts to people, like it cuts to
throughout the city,
a hot dog vendor.
Yeah, they're listening to the radio.
The little boy in his room, and he like turns it up. And at first, the first time I saw this, I thought it was because he couldn't hear it. Because I was a sweet summer child at that point. And I was like,
he was just digging it.
No, he's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna turn this shit up. And over time, obviously, like Chris Rock's like, oh, this is amazing, this is fantastic. The hot dog man's dancing. There's no fucking sound, but. What made the scene?
The hot dog man, the way he was dancing, like it looked like it was like in fast forward or something.
Yeah, they sped that shit up.
No, it didn't look like they did because the other guy who was standing in the foreground was moving regular.
I think he was just moving super slow.
Yes, okay. I think so. But no, what made the entire scene work, because the rest of it, you describing here like sounds fucking stupid. The dad of the little boy busts into the room and he's like, turn that shit down.
Yes.
I listened to an interview with Louis C.K. about, and that's one of the things that I remember from it is how when they cast that character for the dad, when he first did it, he did it in a really like racially offensive way. Like
because they're Asian?
Yes, because they're Asian. And the guy was just so used to being typecast as and he read like, Dad yelling at the kid to turn it down. Okay, I got to really Asian it up. And Louis C.K. was like, no. Just do it. Just do it regular, like a regular American.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked. That joke.
That him
landed.
busting into that room is what made the entire scene. Like, that makes it funny because that also makes it clear that everybody in this fucking world can hear whatever the fuck this is.
Yep.
And thinks it's amazing. Because he wasn't even in the goddamn room. He didn't know his kid was listening to it unless there's something beyond our... Maybe they all have, like, dog whistle capability. They have, like, dog levels of hearing.
Lip it time.
What a dog. So anyways, it's a fucking hit. That's amazing.
And don't bang the dillies.
Yeah, that's right.
I got that on my list.
Yeah, I did too. I wrote it down right here. Don't bang the dilly. So, but yeah. So then we kind of cut to, I don't know, another scene, whatever. Missy Elliott's there, who I have loved since like 2000 or something. God,
Yeah,
what the
she's
fuck was
pretty
the name
good.
of that song? Because the music video, she was in like a big trash bag. I watched the VH1 behind the music.
I mean, I couldn't tell you the name of one of her songs, but
I can't
when I have
stand the
heard her
rain.
on the radio,
Oh, dude, I fucking love her.
yeah,
I had several of her albums back in the day that I bought at Sam Goody. Yep,
nice.
I'm old. So, anyways, Missy Elliott's there, and I don't know, it's some club, whatever. She sees Pootie Tang's there, and she's like, "Oh, get up here." He gets on stage, and they're singing a song, and she's singing, obviously the regular lyrics or whatever, and at one time he's like, "Yeah, that's where the tipi on my capatown comes in," and but he's singing it, and yeah, na 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 na.
Towel on my cup now.
And Beta Shane, my dilly.
Very nice, good job.
That was also part of the lyrics.
I like that we both wrote down lyrics. So yeah, and I don't know, man. Someone just go watch this fucking movie, dude. It sounds so dumb when we fucking talk about it, but it's so funny. Ugh. What are you doing listening? Turn this shit off and go
Yeah, right?
watch Pootie Tang.
Is this where Chucky gets assaulted by Jennifer Coolidge?
That's at Biggie Shorty's party.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will get
It's coming
there.
up.
But this is where the crazy in my notes, crazy bitch in red dress. Yeah. So after the Missy Elliott concert or whatever the fuck was going on, he's going back to his room and he's got this very beautiful woman in a slinky red dress. Like, clung
He's
to him.
trying to get to the elevator to get to his room, and
Oh,
he's
that's
being accosted
She
by
is
a group
on him,
of
like,
fans.
like face, like, and just screaming, like full-bodied.
Yeah, so he's being
screaming.
swarmed by a legion of screaming female
But
fans.
this one fucking clings on.
Yes,
and
one of them gets
through.
into the elevator with her,
and
him.
Yeah, and he's going up to his penthouse or whatever, and she is just gripping on him and screaming like, "Oh my god!"
How much she wants him, she needs him, and
Yeah.
love me,
And
please.
he is clearly just trying to get to his fucking room, like, oh, but because he's Pootie Tang, he's not rude about it, right? He's never rude to people unless
he's just
they're bad
going about
people.
his day. She's hanging all over him while he's just kind of slinking about.
And he eventually gets loose of her long enough to slip in the door. And she's like super pissed. She's like, "Pootie, you gotta give me something. You can't just fucking
Don't
leave a
even
girl
go
there."
by lonesome.
Exactly.
It ain't right. Give me little
You
something.
gotta give me something. And then the door opens a crack and Pootie's hand extends, and he's got a saucer of milk, and he just like
Yeah,
puts it
saucer
on the
of
ground,
fucking
and then
milk.
and the door closes, and she looks, and suddenly she understands what she thinks he wants her to do. Like, this
Right.
will get her inside, right?
If this is all he's given me, this is what I'm going to take.
Absolutely.
And she gets on her hands and knees and starts drinking milk out of this
Yeah, and
saucer.
JB Smoove, narrator, comes in and he's like, "Man, why the fuck would Pootie Tang pass this up? Like, she's fine, like, she's beautiful, whatever." "Oh, it's because she's crazy. She's fucking drinking out of a bowl of milk."
Hey, he's got a point. I'm
No,
sorry.
he's
He's
not
got a
wrong.
major point
And she
there.
was beautiful. Like, yeah, she was great. But holy shit.
I just got it.
Was for.
Chucky sleaze.
We can't keep this in the episode. We're not even
Chucky
talking about it.
cheese?
God damn it.
I get it now.
Dude, I have already made the joke that your name is Charles Entertainment Sleaze.
That's how we talk about you when you're not here. All right, we'll do
Where are we at?
right here.
Okay.
So again, another scene cut. And we're at Biggie Shorty's party, my girl. And it is the most exclusive party, anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
and I bring that up again because there's this whole diatribe Chris Rock goes on how exclusive the party is. Like, air couldn't get in,
Yeah,
anyway.
and there is some kind of warehouse, so it's like, it seems like a space that you would have to rent out.
It doesn't, it's not super fancy.
It's got neon lights and shit.
Sure. But
It's at least a
are
space you got to
neon
rent.
lights fancy to you?
Yeah, they kind of are.
And it's not that
you do
fancy.
like cyberpunk. It's not that fancy.
It isn't that
Oh my
fancy.
god.
Whatever.
It's
It
just
was a
gonna be-
warehouse.
No, he is being lazy throughout this fucking podcast. I'm on to you, sir. So, but yeah,
I like this little part with JB Smooth dancing because the girls always seem like, okay, I'm going to dance with this guy. And then he just sticks his face right up in theirs
Yeah.
and starts gyrating all over the place like a minstrel dancer or something. And
Yeah.
then he keeps scaring away different girls. And then finally he scared all of them away. And he just starts running out of the,
Pretty girl?
out of the dance
Pretty
room.
girl?
Pretty girl, where'd you go?
Pretty
Where'd you
girl,
go?
where are you?
Pretty girl?
Pretty girl.
Actually,
So yeah, he there's this one chick that's dancing with him.
And
She's
then-
into it, and he scares her off, and
Yeah.
now he's going off looking for
I
her.
do
Yeah, he's like a buffalo, like a straggler or something.
it's
It's
I
falling
was
off
thinking
from the
just
herd.
saying he's like a buffalo.
And then Irene comes in and just snatches him up.
Yep.
So I do need
Yeah.
to point out here, and I've been trying to say
She
for
is
a
a
while,
cougar.
we skipped a scene.
What?
And that is where Biggie Short, because I saw Biggie Shorty. I have two Biggie Shorty lines back to back. It's the part where the nasty old white guy comes up and wants to fuck her.
Oh,
Do you want to talk about that?
okay. So yes, again, this
And then I swear we're getting right back to the part.
with the character of Biggie Shorty, she hangs out on street corners and things like that
She's
around
just
prostitutes,
dancing, man, in
just
this,
dancing,
like,
listening to
really,
headphones, doing her own
aggressive
thing
way.
because she wants to.
Yeah, she's just living her life.
She
man.
is in control of who she is.
She knows exactly.
She doesn't
who
give a
she is.
fuck what people think about her.
Fine. She's the best.
So that's
dancer.
how she spends her time, is dancing on street corners among the other prostitutes. Well, the
Not
prostitutes.
other prostitutes.
She
She's
is
just
not
hanging out
herself
near
a
hookers.
prostitute.
Okay.
But the joke is that you believe that she's a prostitute, right? This is the scene where you find out that she is not, because
I never thought she was, honestly, but yeah. Anyways, because she is. It's like hooker, Biggie Shorty. She's right
Yeah.
there, right? So, but
Well,
no,
she said it herself.
She did.
But you just if a girl decides to dress all fancy and dance around the
Right.
street corner next to a bunch of hookers, you think she's selling herself?
right.
So this,
That's
like,
this scene.
This like brown sedan pulls up with two white guys.
It's
One
Todd
is like,
Berry.
It is
and
Todd
what,
Berry. I wrote it
what
down.
looks like
Yeah.
his dad.
Oh yeah,
It is
yeah.
a child molester car.
yeah. And Todd Berry be looking like really pedophilic in this, but that's
Yeah, his eyes are all squinty
Yeah.
and he's got duck lips for
Yeah,
some
oh, yeah,
reason. Like,
yes.
look at that one.
And then and his dad's just and
Pink mama.
Oh my god, it is so fucking gross. Like it's intentionally like the grossest thing that as a girl, yes, I
Oh, yeah,
will
this
pull that
would-
card.
this
Oh
would
my
not turn
fucking
anybody
god,
on.
I have never been drier in my life. Oh my god, so disgusting. So, anyways, yeah, they think she's a hooker. She obviously takes offense because, excuse you, and punches the old guy. But yeah, Todd Berry is the driver. And his dad or whatever. Is he supposed to be? Do you really think it's supposed to be?
I think
his dad?
I think it's a father son, or at least
Because the father in the
casting
the
was,
fisherman's
I mean,
hat.
they look a lot alike.
Because he's like, how much to do us both? And we'll pay you.
look, the age difference is too weird for them to be friends.
Yes.
They've
Oh yeah.
got to
It's
be
a good
related.
20 years.
Yeah, they got to be related.
So
somehow.
I guess the nasty old guy.
So it's either the father and the son, or the grandfather and the
or
grandson,
the uncle and nephew.
or it's something. There's something, but they're cruising the streets looking for.
For a hooker to do them both.
Yeah,
I don't know whether at the same time or not. That is not disclosed.
Yeah, but the older one wanted her to do them both.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know
But
if
I
it
don't know
was
if it's the same.
yeah, okay.
Is he literally being? This is my marriage.
I see
He's
what you're
being
saying now.
fucking lazy. Do you see the Chucky? Do you see this shit? Listeners, go back 30 seconds, listen to what the fuck I said, and he immediately says it and thinks it's his idea.
Anyway.
you really should go back 30 seconds.
Jesus fuck. So, anyways, yeah, no, she beats the shit out of the guy, and Todd Berry's in the scene. Anyways, back to the party. So, she, Biggie Shorty and Pootie Tang are sitting at the bar, and, She basically is like, the whole thing is Biggie Shorty is in love with him. Like, genuinely, I mean, she talks about wanting to fuck him all the time, but she genuinely is in love with him.
That is definitely part of the charm of the character of Biggie Shorty.
Yeah.
Is her admiration for Pootie Tang.
Well, and she really is in his corner, 100%. Would do anything for him.
Yes.
Understands exactly who he is and what he needs.
She does not seem to be interested in any other man in this movie.
No.
She is only interested in Pootie Tang.
But it's not in a... She is a, I'm going to have you one day, but at the same time, it's not a...
Again, it's the confidence.
It's not creepy.
It's the confidence.
Well...
She is confident, and she does it.
But it's not in a stalkery way. I
No,
need to
not
express
at all.
that. Like, it's very genuine.
No, it's very like,
You know,
like
and
this
she-
is meant and it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, that comes across in this scene because she basically is
It's like Forrest Gump with Jenny.
don't you even fucking start with me! I have had, like, too much to drink to fucking talk about that fucking concept.
Of all fucking movies you could have brought up, you bring
so
up Forrest Gump.
I fucking...
Dude,
No.
dude,
She
Jenny,
is the worst.
Pootie Tang is Jenny.
How fucking dare you? Compare the two. How absolute dare you?
Does that mean Wanda Sykes gave Pootie Tang AIDS? Or is it the
This
other way around?
podcast is over. I hate her so much. She is like maybe my least favorite person outside of anime villains.
So anyway, Biggie Shorty.
Who is not that fun. Anyways, so yeah, Biggie Shorty. She is a good person, unlike Jenny, who's a fucking user and whatever. No, she basically says, you know, one day, Pootie, like, you're gonna find someone, like, you know, because he always has all these girls around him, but he never really seems interested,
She is
right?
gonna love you to death.
Yeah, no, yeah, and she'll leave you broken, right? You're gonna meet the whatever. I don't. What did she say?
TNT of TNA.
That's right.
That
Thank
woman's
you.
gonna love you to death, and I'm gonna be right here for you, Pootie Tang.
That's what it is. Like, after you have found somebody that you think is amazing, because he has all these girls around him, but he never really seems to be into any of them. He's not interested in that. So eventually, baby, you're going to find someone who really lights your fire, and she's going to fucking break you. And after all of that, I am going to be right here. And that is what differentiates her from like a yandere or like stalker type person where you are mine and only mine. She's like, no, you're going to be a fucking dumbass, babe. But when you are done, like, this is it. That's what it's going to be. So, but yeah, no, she talks to him about
She's
that.
simping for him.
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
in a very genuine way. Again, unlike I think every other person in this movie, she actually gets who Pootie Tang truly is. Because like even Chucky and JB and all of them, they're like, you know, Chris Rock as JB goes on this whole thing about like Pootie Tang, like he'll
It's
kick
like-
your ass so hard you can write it off on your taxes.
It's like
they're
it's a
they're
Chuck
making it
Norris
into a-
meme.
is
what it is.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
Like, there's
it's
nothing
that-
he can't do. He's bigger than life. And she's like, I see exactly who and what you are. And I love you for exactly who and what you actually are, not what all these other people think.
Right.
So while all of this is going on with Biggie Shorty and Pootie, we go to Chucky, who is still tracking down the pretty girl, right? And
Yeah,
he's in like an underground car park by this point. Where
Again,
the
this
fuck
is
he?
this is just a giant
What is
warehouse.
this-
He's just
what
in
is
the
this venue?
he's in a basement of a warehouse of some kind. And he gets accosted by Irene, who just starts slapping.
Irene.
Yeah, she starts slapping the shit out of him and beating the hell out of him. And he's
Yeah.
just like, "Do I know you? What the fuck is going on
She's
here?"
like biting his lip, and
But he's into it.
no, of course he is.
I get it. I get it.
You do?
Not from her, but I get it. Chucky, you get it?
It's kind of like Pootie Tang's powers over women.
She
How
has
you
it
could-
over men.
She seems to have it
See?
over men, but she's like using it in a bad way. She's like the dark
Bad hoe
side.
power
Anti Pootie Tang.
She's
of the force.
of the pimp force.
The pimp force. No, yeah, the dark side of the pimp force would be a white woman.
Mm, yeah, it would.
Yeah, with big old hair and big old boobs, and just God damn it, I hate her face.
It's her smile, man.
And, well,
her smile
it's
is so
there's
bad.
a particular face that if you know who Jennifer Coolidge is, you've seen this fucking face.
How do you
Chucky
feel
did it
about
earlier.
Alicia Silverstone's
The
smile?
sideways mouth?
Yeah, the sideways mouth.
She doesn't bother me because she's also charming, but I also loved Clueless. I loved Clueless.
Never
man.
really been my thing.
Well, I was 16, I think, when Clueless came out. And I could not have been less a preppy girl, right? But ask Mandy. Ask any fucking woman anywhere around my age. We loved Clueless. And I could not have byeah less of a valley girl.
I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. And it is in the type of movie I would have hated.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not the type of movie I would have watched.
Either.
Normally.
And I watched it and was totally fine with it.
It's fucking funny, man, because again, it's very self-aware, much like Pootie Tang. It is making fun of itself. It knows exactly what it is.
Isn't Paul Rudd a pedophile in that movie?
Absolutely. Well, no. Well, maybe. He's in college and she's in high school.
He's an incestuous pedophile.
He is her
Step
ex.
brother.
If she would have crawled into a washer, it would have been.
She would have gotten
It would
stuck,
have been a
and then
totally
what else would
different
we have
type of
done?
movie.
Oh no, ex-stepbrother, I'm stuck in a wash.
Yeah.
Okay, Cher, I got you.
You're leaving that in.
Oh my God! So
Anyway,
yeah,
so
Chucky is getting accosted by Irene, and
You just called him Chucky.
Trucky.
You said
Trucky.
I did not. You just want me to talk about you.
Chap. Yeah, he's getting mouth raped by Irene.
No, absolutely, because he's like, I'm not into this. Oh, I could be into this. Like he changes so quick.
Yeah, I think he's definitely into it.
Well, he doesn't want to be because she's asking him questions about Pootie. That like the whole point is she's sent by Dick Lecter to
Any man that isn't into this would have left long ago. I'm just saying.
He is mouthing concerns but not actually moving. So
Exactly why he's into it.
Yeah, well,
he's
and
playing
eventually
along.
He is like, I could be into this. I might be into this. So anyway,
He's like a deer in headlights.
yes, very much
Yeah, he's
a suicidal deer in headlights.
he is attracted to her, so he's putting up with it.
Right.
That's what this is.
And basically, she gets him to tell her that the source of all of Pootie's power is the belt. That's the point.
Right.
It's the belt. It's a special belt.
So they got to get the belt away from Pootie Tang.
Right. So now she knows.
So now Jennifer Coolidge's character Irene is on a mission.
Well, hold on. Before that, we got to go outside with Pootie because there is a mugger out there.
Oh,
He
yeah,
goes
this is
outside. He
important.
steps outside. It is important because, again, Christ-like, holy shit. No pun intended with the holy shit. So he goes. He steps outside for whatever reason, and there's a
He's
mugger
going to his
out
car,
there. Okay.
and there's a mugger.
And he's
With
like,
a
"Give me all
knife.
your money, whatever." He's got a gun.
It's a knife.
It's a gun because he fucking does the bullet thing
It's
off the ponytail. Chucky.
He has a knife originally because he says he's
But
going
he
to.
pulls out a gun after.
Yes, he has a
Jamie Smith
knife
comes out.
originally. He says he's going to stick it. He's going to stick him deep
Okay.
if he doesn't give him all his cash and everything he has.
We're both right. It was a
Yes.
knife and then a gun. So, but yeah, no, basically, whatever.
Pootie Tang whips his ass. He falls on the ground. He gets back up.
No,
with a
you
gun.
didn't like. I really like the delivery whenever Pootie says something to him. He like calls him his damie, and he's like, "No,
I'm not your damie."
I am not your damie."
Hey, listen, pal, I'm not your damie.
Yeah, because from what Damie is friend or something. It's like, it's a friendly term in Pootie speak. So yeah, I'm not your Jamie.
That was a pretty good delivery.
Yeah, because again, it just goes to show how pervasive Pootie speak has become in
Yes.
this fucking
Yeah.
world.
But
Man.
in the fight, the guy takes a few pot shots at him, and he deflects it with his belt,
Yes,
Yeah.
he has to.
and they ricochet and hit the mugger.
Yeah, because Chucky comes out to be like, "Hey, dude, there's this crazy bitch down there who was just," and then there was a mugger, and Chucky's like, "Oh no, I can't." So yeah, then Pootie shoves him back inside, ensue the belt deflection, and all of that, and it hits back, it hits the mugger, kills him dead.
He does like an Elvis dance.
I told you
Yeah,
that. How
yes.
dare you?
I'm
Yeah,
taking it for mine.
how fucking dare you?
His dance here is
it's
very
Elvis Presley
Elvis-like.
on the Ed Sullivan Show. It's that
Right.
like hip thing. Like it's got.
You're absolutely 100% correct on that. The bullets deflect back into the mugger,
Yes.
killing him.
Killing him. He's dead. And Pootie, and then, enter narrator or whatever. Like, Pootie never liked to kill people, but sometimes he understood, like, it had to be done, but he didn't like it.
He sees the good in everybody. He wants to help. He saw this mugger.
And to
Yeah,
be
he's
fair,
he's
he
going to
was
kick his
like, "Dude, go
ass,
away.
but
Don't-
he's
don't
also
start
going to
this."
defend himself.
Yeah. So yeah, the mugger's dead. Pootie's crying over him. And then somehow The mugger comes back to life.
He starts shaking him violently.
Oh, that's right.
Pootie gets on him and starts shaking him, and in his Pootie Tang way, uses his terminology.
Wait a second. He's speaking tongues the whole time. Pootie's
Oh my
Pentecostal.
God! Yes, he's a fucking snake handler.
Pootie's Pentecostal.
He's a fucking snake handler. And the belt is the snake.
Oh my God.
Dude, we've had a breakthrough here. At this point, I have a note here that I do need to bring up about JB Smoove in particular. I feel
he
strong-
dresses well too.
He does.
Did you see the pants and the shoes and the shirt in this scene that we're talking about behind the club? Yeah. I really like that the color scheme he had going.
That is a very, for all that this movie came out in 2001, that's a very like 90s look.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
I feel strongly that he should have been Orlando Jones.
I agree 1000%.
Now you have I brought that up when we were watching.
I
this
agree
earlier
negative
today.
1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
JB
So-
Smoove
I
in
want
this
JB
movie.
Smoove in everything.
He's
JB
great, but
okay. So JB Smoove does a good job. I am not denigrating his performance in the slightest. Man does a good job. However, there's a lot of things specifically that remind me of Orlando Jones in Evolution.
He is acting exactly like Orlando Jones in Evolution.
Exactly, which I saw 10 times at the Dollar Theater when it was in theaters. I love that movie.
We're going to do that movie on the podcast.
Oh my God. How do you feel about that, Chucky? Do you know that movie?
I've seen half of it.
It is.
And I'm pretty sure I was wasted and I don't remember any of it.
I love that movie
Fuck
so
it, we're
much.
doing it.
Isn't
Well,
Duchovny in that?
yes!
Oh, God. This is going to be the first Duchovny
So,
movie.
no.
that we're gonna
Okay,
do, right?
I need you to understand, and I'm keeping this in the fucking podcast. Chad is obsessed with the X-Files, right? I never saw the X-Files before I met this
Greatest show of all
guy. I
time.
know you feel that way.
I've
Ever.
got a man crush on David Duchovny. I know that.
Hey, he could do whatever he wants.
You tried to get me to watch that fucking thing where he's like a sex addict or something.
Californication.
Yeah.
Also good. But
Anyways,
X-Files is better.
No, I didn't watch X-Files when I was a kid. So Evolution was my first introduction really to David Duchovny.
I think mine was California.
With the K?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. Anyways, so, but he's clearly playing a spoof of Mulder, right?
California.
But I didn't know that at the time, nor did I.
We're not
understand
doing that movie, by the way.
That Juliette Moore is supposed to be, what's your girl? God damn it, Dana Scully.
Yes, if you
What's
took
her fucking name? Gillian Anderson. I'll answer my own question.
If you took like Evolution with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, it would be an episode of the X-Files.
Yes, well, because I think originally it was supposed to be Gillian Anderson, but she couldn't do it for whatever reason.
yes.
But anyways, no, Orlando Jones in that movie is very much JB Smoove in
I like Orlando
Everything.
Jones, but I mean,
that.
no.
I think
Especially
really
at this time, I'm surprised that Orlando Jones did not
was
get
he
this
big
role.
then though? Because that.
Oh yeah, he was
Evolution
already the
was like
7-Up
2000.
guy.
I
Big
guess
Seven?
he was the 7-Up
Up
guy.
yours.
Yeah, no, that's oh my god, you're right. He was. The
Yeah,
7-Up
he was
guy.
already famous.
He was the male version of Deborah Wilson.
Yeah.
I see that.
They were on the same fucking show
Yeah, they
too.
were. They were.
That was weird.
Anyways, Pootie Tang.
Yeah, I just had a note that, but maybe not necessarily JB Smoove should have been Orlando Jones, but his performance is very Orlando Jonesy. Although maybe if Orlando Jones came slightly after, maybe he was JB Smoove.
I think JB Smoove was just being JB Smoove in this movie, just like he's JB Smoove in everything.
Well, that
he
was
does.
the thing. I was asking
I agree,
Chad
'cause
when
I
we watched
have
this
seen him in
earlier
other
today.
things.
Why was he famous? JB Smoove.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I've never
That was
seen
one
it.
of the things. He had a short-lived music career.
I know he was a musician at some point.
He's Larry David's roommate.
Yes.
On,
JB Smoove.
Yes.
on Curb Your Enthusiasm. See his family.
Now that you bring that up, yes, he is.
Spoilers for Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Never
It's
seen
like
it.
third season.
Yeah.
You know, he's in his family's from New Orleans, and
I love New Orleans.
they get knocked out of their house from Katrina, and Larry David lets his whole family move into his house
Okay.
in some sort of, not out of the good of his heart, but the
He had
Larry
something
David
to
way.
gain out of it.
And then the family moves out eventually, but JB Smoove just ends up living with him for like 15, 20 years, eating all of
Wow.
the cereal.
All right. Well,
commenting
you know
on all of his sexual habits.
what?
And,
You know what? I take it back.
Wadeta.
Yeah, what a top. Well, JB Smoove should be in this movie. And
I
then
didn't
Orlando
mean it
Jones
like that. I
is
didn't
also
mean
good.
to totally disregard
No.
your
I
made me feel
literally
like a
just
jerk there.
No. No, I was saying you made a good
You can have
point.
opinions, Chucky.
And
It's
I
fine.
can change my opinions with new evidence presented to me. I realize that people don't tend to fucking do that anymore, but I can change my opinion.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm not sorry.
I still think
I'm
Exactly.
not sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I still think Orlando
I'm a
Jones
hamburger.
would have been perfect in this role.
JB Smoove is also good.
Yeah, he was very good. I will say his narration was the second
It was
time.
really good.
The second time I watched this, I paid attention to the narration, and JB Smoove actually does have a very good way of delivering
Yeah.
a story.
Yes, no, he has that perfect kind of narrator voice for this movie.
It's
Have you
almost
heard of that game High on Life?
yeah,
Yeah. He's one of the guns in it. I think he's the first gun that you find.
really.
Yeah. You know how all the guns talk to you
Yeah,
throughout
yeah.
the game? Yeah, he's like the first one you find.
What the fuck?
Weird.
I
But yeah,
had no
he-
idea you were such a font of JB Smoove
I love
lore.
JB Smoove, man.
It's amazing.
But
No, I'm learning so much.
He is a perfect narrator for this film.
Yeah.
He's funny when he needs to be. He's sentimental when he needs to be.
Dude, his comedic timing is on point, especially later on the farm, but we'll get there. So, anyways,
The farm's my favorite part.
I love
I'm just
the farm
waiting till
so
we get to the
much.
goddamn
Dude, we're getting
farm. This
dude,
is such a
I-
long ride to the fucking farm.
We will get there.
I'm like a dog. I just want to
Dude,
die so I
your
go to the fucking farm.
Your fucking tits are too insane. Let's calm them down a bit. All right, hold your tits. Here we go. So, again, hard cut to another scene. Pootie Tang is in the chip aisle at the grocery store, and
this is where he gets accosted by Irene, who's trying to get his
You literally
belt.
read my note because I said accosted by Irene in the chip
Weird.
aisle.
Yeah.
I love how he's deflecting her with the chips. And they
No,
just
that's
keep
the best thing.
bursting.
Yes,
And
because
then she rapes him on a pile of chips.
yeah, and like she's walking down the other way of the aisle, and like it's the most like
In her
chunk,
weird, like
like-
trailer trash kind of way,
it's
she's
their
trying.
face. How would you Chucky? How would you describe the?
She's
face?
trying
You
to do
have to
that
know the
thing
face
where
I'm
she
talking about.
accidentally bumps into his cart with her cart,
No.
but she's like
Yes.
over dramatically
No,
knocking
but
everything off the
Her
shelves.
face is that like it's
It looks like she's had a stroke.
Yes,
It is.
Yeah,
She's got stroke face.
Yeah, no, she does.
Or Botox in just one
It's
side of
either
her
that
face.
or an alien who has seen people smile but has never actually
Or
smiled
just took a
themselves.
hit off of a joint.
Maybe.
A really big one. You know that face you make when you hold it in, you suck the air in? She always has that look on her face.
Yes.
And she thinks, clearly Jennifer Coolidge character thinks this is sexy, thinks this is like
right.
good.
The whole time she is
and
owning
she looks like
this.
a fucking nightmare.
It might have looked sexy like
I don't think so.
20 years
No.
prior.
I think it's intentionally not sexy. It's intentionally it's honestly kind of genius crafting from her on Jennifer's part because
it's
it is
overtly sexy while not being sexy
it is the
at
least
all.
sexy trying to be sexy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, this is a woman, and if she did this to you in the grocery store, like this, you get away from her.
Dude, fucking run. But anyways, yeah, no, she clearly, she knows about the belt, right? So now she's on to Pootie. And yeah, she does. He tries to fend her off with a bag of chips.
Yeah, she's trying to seduce Pootie Tang so that she can get his belt away from him,
Oh my
which is the
God,
source of
get
his
yours.
powers.
Oh no.
She takes him home to her apartment where there's this montage of like smoke.
I need to talk to
which-
you guys about that. What the fuck did she do?
I
to
think
him?
it's her feminine wiles.
because there is a bunch of smoke
Intoxicating
and he's clearly
his
fucked
mind.
up, but like they're fully clothed and she's like on his back.
Yeah, they're not having sex.
They're not fucking, dude. They are both fully clothed.
She's like emotionally vampiring him.
You think so?
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
psychic vampire.
She's psychic vampiring him. That's how she works.
I get
I've been
that
around people like that.
because it's just Pootie Tang looking
wears him
all.
down?
He's looking lethargic while
Yeah.
there's smoke.
She's absorbing his power, like the
Yeah.
dark side, light
Or
side
just
shit.
like her pheromones are like wafting over him and like wrapping him in her spell. I don't know. There's some kind of mythological shit going
Yeah,
on.
this
here.
is like the weirdest part of the movie for me because it takes this weird turn into this sensuality that doesn't need to be in this film. because while they're fully clothed, she's still like he's laying on his stomach, she's on his
like,
back,
sign it, baby. Sign
almost
the
as if she's the
contract."
dominant. Like,
Oh, she definitely is.
yeah, she's the dominant force.
Absolutely. She
in
is
this
taken
scene.
over and she is in charge. And she has this contract from Dick Lecter and she's just like, sign it, go on, sign it. And, you know,
Right.
it's
She
smoke
the
and
whole
all this
time
weird
she's
shit.
trying to get him to sign this contract so that they can have his likeness to peddle their wares.
Right. And of course, he is all fucked up and under the power of pussy. I don't know because he's never
Hey,
really
man.
been susceptible to it before.
The power of pussy is strong.
He's never been under the
Pussy
power of it. So she, for whatever reason, he signs the contract because the plot demands it.
Yes.
This happens and he signs the contract, which basically gives Dick Lecter and whatever corporation he works for all rights of his likenesses.
Right.
He can no longer do the PSAs. He is now their spokesman. Like Dick Lecter owns him, mind, body, and soul, basically.
Absolutely.
Right. So at that point, you know, they immediately, I don't know, roll out this whole campaign and the world turns again in true modern. Again, this is a 2001 movie, but anytime there are allegations brought up against anybody, no one waits for proof nowadays.
Right.
And literally the entire world turns against them. The exact same thing happens to Pootie, except he actually did sign the contract, regardless of.
So this is where you
but-
find out that JB Smoove comes up to him at a train station, right? We're getting to the point where
yeah, that's soon.
he meets with
But there's this whole thing with like people in the streets going, oh, Pootie has denied this, but Biggie
right.
Shorty
There's like a
decides-
montage here where local people are upset that he has signed on with this corporation, even though he hasn't.
right. So,
consciously.
But the only person who really believes him is Biggie Shorty and his friends, right? So she decides to help him. And she tells him, because I mean, he goes through it's this whole montage of like, you know, falling from grace and everyone's against him, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he's sad and he's despondent and she's there for him. And, you know, she finally gets him into her bed.
Pootie looked like who did it and ran.
And, you know, she tells him, you know, after they have done the deed that, you know, I have this farmhouse out in the country. Like,
Right.
why don't you, baby, you just need to go, like,
Go out
get
there,
out of town.
find yourself, and when you find out who you are, you're going to come back home to me.
That's right. But let me get a little bit more of that bony ass before you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let me have that bony ass one more time before you leave.
God damn it, I love Wanda Sykes. So yeah, it is decided that he's gonna go out to this farm.
We're there.
But quick before that, there's this.
God
quick,
damn it.
Yeah, haha! I wrote a timeline. There's a quick scene with Dirty D and Froggy in prison,
Yeah.
where you know, and I don't know.
Why is he in prison?
Well,
Did Pootie Tang put him there?
yeah, I don't.
They never
fucking
show
know.
the police arresting him.
No, it doesn't.
He's
matter.
just in prison.
They also don't show later on how the fuck he got out of prison. Whatever. He is in
It's like
prison. in this
Batman.
moment.
Dick
He
Lecter bailed him
just-
out of jail.
He tied him up all nice and clean and dropped him off in front of
Oh, there you go.
in front
Like
of
a
the jail.
Spider-Man thing, leaving him hanging there.
Yeah,
The
and
police go
that
get him.
explains why you don't know how he escaped either, because he's the Joker. You never know how that guy
Yeah,
gets
he
out.
is the Joker of the
He's
Pootie
more
Tang
like
universe.
Clayface.
No, he is. He
He's
is.
more
No,
like Clayface, as you'll see in this next
that's
scene
true.
when he's sitting there with Froggy, and Froggy has snuck a clump of
Exactly.
dirt in
That's
for
good
him.
dirt.
He
That
slides
is
it
good
across.
dirt. Yeah.
It's good dirt.
And
He
he's
just
rubbing it on. Oh,
Again.
smeared
God.
it all over
Dirty
himself.
D is like
They
Oscar the
make me
Grouch.
shower every day. They show him like
It's fucking torture,
held
man.
down.
Dirty D is Oscar the Grouch. He loves garbage. He loves being filthy. He loves being dirty.
He's
So he
bitching,
snuck.
like
Funny
Chucky said
that
earlier.
he's the bum from American Psycho.
I'm fucking sorry. Oh my God, he is.
What the?
I hate that movie.
Oh,
No,
You hate it?
I.
Oh my God.
No, that movie made me hate
Oh.
Christian Bale specifically for so long because he
That
did so
movie
good.
is fucking perfect.
And no, and then when I found out he was Howl in Howl's Moving Castle, I was angry for like 4 years.
Anyway,
because how
it's
dare
an
you.
amazing movie.
No,
and-
I agree.
No,
we're going to do American Psycho.
no, I have since come around.
But I'm weird. I hate Batman. Christian Bale.
Oh,
I don't like it
I don't
either.
like that either.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it either. But The Big Short, he was really good in, and The Prestige, he was really fucking good in. I love him in The Prestige.
Is it Empire of the Sun?
He was good in that. He was much younger then.
I love
He was in
Empire of the
Newsies.
Sun. Oh yeah, and fucking what was it? Rain of Fire.
Yeah, Reign of Fire. Reign. Of Fire. Yeah.
Like Slayer.
Yes.
Anyway, Pootie Tang.
So,
He goes to the farm.
Yeah, he goes to the farm. And so Chucky and Pootie go to the farm. Yeah, Chucky, you want to talk about the train? You brought up the train earlier.
What about the train?
I don't know. He comes. Fucking Chucky goes to the train.
Yeah, I thought it was touching the way he's like, I've been thinking about going to the farm.
But at the same time, the fucking narrator was like, so I was thinking how I, about
yeah,
the farm.
so-
Well, I was thinking about the farm. Well, yeah, well, I'm sorry about this, Pootie.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry
this
about
is kind of genius in its own way, especially the first time you watch
Jesus
this.
Christ, it's tiring the second
Because
time.
it really is. It drags on the second time you watch it. But this is where JB Smooth's character is
in the scene
Chucky.
and the narrator.
He's telling
Yeah.
He's in the scene. He's also the narrator. He is, as his character Chucky, telling Pootie Tang that he's sorry, and the whole time, JB Smooth doing the
He's
narration
running the lines of
is
what
saying
the
exactly
narrator's
line for line
Yeah.
what JB Smooth's character is telling.
It reminds me of Drunk History.
It's
the
very
way
much,
they do that.
Yes, yeah,
exactly.
it's
So you
that.
think never mind. Go. Don't do that. Drunk History. I mean, yes.
But this is what, JB Smooth is apologizing to Pootie Tang for giving
Anyways,
away
yeah,
the
he's
information that his belt is
I'm
the source
sorry,
of his
she
power.
was too fine. I had to do it.
He did it all for ass.
Pootie was like, yeah, I get you.
And now they understand each
And
other.
so Chucky wants to go to the farm with
Yeah,
him.
he wants to go with him.
So they go.
And he's super excited the whole time that they're going to this farmhouse. He's talking about how he's ready to get some sweat on his back and
Yeah.
be out in the
And they're
sun.
gonna get
And
all the kinds of milk.
yeah, he's going to milk those cows and he's going to get skim milk and chocolate milk and all kinds of milk. And then they get there and he finds out that it's hard work.
Well, because then it cuts to a scene of them, I assume, trying to till the land.
He's just beating the shit out of the ground with
Pootie
a
Tang is
shovel.
tilling the land.
Yeah,
Pootie
Pootie
Tang
Tang actually has a hoe, right?
Yeah,
Like
but it's
the
like, you
garden
don't- you don't-
implement.
Whack the ground with a hoe. Neither
No.
of them are doing the
Well,
right
first
thing.
of all, they need to fucking mow that shit down first. But regardless, because they're just in like a big grass field with tall grass. JB Smooth has a fucking shovel, and he's using it like you would a hoe or something, like just over the shoulder, like
Yes.
Okay.
And he's wearing a lot of polyester. You don't want to do yard work with
No, you
polyester.
didn't. It doesn't breathe well.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
Yeah. Both
Plus,
of them kind of
it
look
gets
out of place,
dirty.
but at
And-
least Pootie Tang
know
has
what
a
else?
tank top.
It doesn't breathe well.
God,
Is
I
that
will
what
throw
you're wearing?
other things at you. No,
Are
he was being lazy again because I just fucking said it.
Oh, are
What?
you wearing polyester right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm poor.
I turned the fan on for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't
Oh,
have,
no. I wasn't saying it's hot in here.
You don't have to dress
just
up to
being
come see us.
ridiculous,
I'm
Chuck.
man.
just being an asshole.
Same.
This is a clothing optional podcast.
Is it?
Yeah, I just choose to wear clothes.
Oh, okay.
You can see my thighs. That's all you're getting.
Hey,
my,
yo.
my magic thighs.
Oh my goodness, Chucky's magic thighs. That should be a t-shirt.
It should.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do it.
You can see my thighs too, but they're not nearly as magical. So, anyways,
That'd be my safe word.
Magic thighs.
what kind of podcast is it where you need a
A safe word. The best goddamn podcast in
Hell
America,
yeah.
baby.
Hell yeah, guys. Like and subscribe, smash that bell.
Hey, we're going to get to that at the end of this podcast, by the
Okay.
way.
All right. So, okay. Then let's move on. So, anyways, yeah. Chucky's out there for what? Half an hour before he's like, "Oh, my pants.
Yeah,
My pants are fucked
he's
up."
ready to leave. His pants are dirty. He's got mosquitoes on his shirt.
And then suddenly a
and-
taxi's there.
Dirty shoes, dirty pants, dirty shirt.
Yeah, like it's.
he's bitching about the dogs in the neighborhood.
Yeah, whose dog is this? This ain't my dog. Why is this dog following?
So he is
He's gone.
86.
Yes. Oh, good. Yeah. For people who haven't waited tables, that means he's gone. No more.
That's not just Table waving.
Is it really?
I've heard the term 86 before. Yeah.
I think it's
I've
a military term.
Is it?
I
I've
think
only
so.
ever heard it when waiting tables.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Chucky's gone, but Pootie, he he soldiers on, man. He is committed to this farm life. He cleans up his house a bit with.
He tries to
stuffed
paint a
animal.
fence.
He paints some of that fence.
I like how he wiggles the paintbrush at one point.
He's unsure of what he's doing, but he's
He
trying.
finds that stuffed animal in the
Yes,
attic,
yeah,
and he's
the
like looking
gray
at
bunny.
it. He has this thoughtful look on his face, and you just see him cleaning the windows with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then he decides to plant.
You know what this little montage reminds me of? That do you watch Atlanta?
Did we? No, I did not.
I haven't.
No, there's a
Talk to the listeners. Maybe
I think in the third season, the main character Paperboy goes on a.
the main character is Paperboy.
His name is Paper. He's a rapper whose name is Paperboy.
Oh, okay.
He goes to the country to try to
Because he
get away.
delivers?
Huh?
Because he delivers.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Because money. I make that Paperboy.
Okay. I'm white.
You gotta
I'm
watch
sorry.
Atlanta. You
Show
gotta
you
watch
like this.
Atlanta. It is probably
What is it on?
it is top 3
HBO?
like best.
Is it
Is that
No. It's FX. It's on Hulu.
Hulu? Okay, you got to speak to me in streaming companies, otherwise I don't understand.
Dude, you're gonna be hooked like on the first episode.
Sweet.
It is fucking amazing.
I will watch it.
Anyway, what the hell was I talking? Oh yeah, Paperboy goes to the farm, and it
Paperweight.
God damn it!
you are the one that isn't drinking today.
I would like to point that out that Jessica and I are getting lit, and
Oh, no,
Chucky is
I'm-
completely sober, and this is fucking
You
weird.
guys are fucking lightweights. by the way.
I don't drink much.
Yeah, I was drinking whiskey on the ones I was drinking on.
No,
I was holding
no.
my own at least. You guys are
You're the
falling
one. No, I would
apart.
like to point it out. I am keeping on track. You
I'm
were the
just
one
kidding.
saying paperweight.
Paperweight? I
You
called it
said paperweight
Weird.
instead of paperboy. That's what derailed this whole thing, sweetheart.
Mm. Well, I'm not sober.
Chucky's always high.
Not always. I gotta sleep sometime.
But yes, so I don't know what you were talking about, Atlanta, but
Oh yeah, the whole montage of him doing
okay,
his
with
work,
the bunny.
doing his work around the
He
farm,
cleans
and
the farm. He tries to build it up a little bit.
he plants some corn.
He plants one corn. He plants a single corn.
and then he goes to the store
Mhm.
to get some gas.
He does, and
This is where he meets.
well, hold on.
Is this?
No,
No, there's something
No.
else.
Oh yeah, no. You're right. Yes, and
Guys.
that's where he meets Stacy and her sheriff dad.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which is kind of funny because you would expect the sheriff to be like a racist asshole.
that would be the joke in a small town out in the middle of nowhere.
But he immediately is like, hey, there's a new guy in town. It's time to marry you off.
oh, he's been yeah.
So
It's,
she was 12.
yes,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the age, but yeah, he's been trying to marry her off.
And by the way, this woman is off-putting.
dude, she's how dare you?
She's
I identify. with
she's
this
charming in
woman
her own way
as
because of
being
her
a
uncertainty,
somewhat
but
plunky blonde woman who's not super.
She
good
needs
with
confidence.
people. Yeah, well, fuck you. Maybe she needs. Yeah, anyway, so
I thought she was great.
no, she's perfect for this role.
You know who didn't think she was great? The producers.
really
Yeah.
tell me your insight, Chucky.
Well, no, I listened to an interview with Louis, and he in the screening for the producers, when they first saw it, they loved it up to the point where he goes to the farm, and then they just lost their shit. They're like, he's been turning down all these beautiful women, and then all of a sudden he goes and falls for this frumpy little.
That's kind of
He
the
didn't
joke,
fall
though.
for no, that's not the joke because fucking Biggie Shorty comes in and explains it.
Well,
The
in
producers didn't get it.
In
Just
true-
like always, they didn't fucking get
The
it.
producers
And that's why the
traditionally
movie's so
never get
short
anything.
too.
Interesting.
They cut out a lot because they hated his. There was supposed to be a lot more at the farm with Stacy, but they wanted as much cut out of her and
See,
everything. as
that's
possible.
interesting because
That is
the
strange.
second watch through, I was
You
like,
feel that.
no, he literally is at the farm for about a week, and yet a corn stalk has the entire time to grow and die.
I think it's more than a week. I think
Well, no, I'm just
it's a
saying,
few
like,
months.
literally.
They don't convey it well in the movie, but just because of the way that the corn stalk is growing, they say it.
Yes, the Bad
Okay,
Time
well,
Burgers restaurant is going to launch in a week, and he's been gone. It's confusing, but that's really interesting because I mean they even come out and say. Anyways, we'll get there. Jesus Christ. So the next scene is Dick Lecter and Dirty D, which how the fuck did he get out of prison? Because suddenly he's not in prison. He's just talking to Dick Lecter.
I think Dick just got him out, because he's got connections.
He just has that much power as the representative of corporate America.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's kind of what I figured too, but I had to bring it up. So, he basically, Dick Lecter reveals.
Like I said, they cut out a bunch of the movie.
I want to see that.
Well, we all want to see lots of stuff that was cut from lots of different movies.
Well,
but we're
all
never
right.
gonna...
Are we really going into this bigger philosophical, like?
I mean, as long as Chad's not here.
Yeah, he did. I wasn't going to bring it up, but he did run off to probably
He
pee.
keeps doing that.
He's not Irish, though.
His last name is Moon, and he's not Irish?
No, baby, he's mostly
I'm sorry. His last name is Chad. His first name is
Chad.
Deadbeat.
Yes, that's right. And he is mostly German.
Makes sense.
Anyway, so yeah, Dick Lecter and Dirty D are talking, and Dick Lecter reveals his like master plan, right? About how he is going to be training all these what I have dubbed false pooties. Using this training tape and whatever. He's teaching people how to act and pretend to be Pootie Tang.
Pootie clones.
Right, exactly. So, and that's where we're introduced to David Cross in blackface.
Yeah, that's off-putting.
As Pootie Tang. He's the first, which whatever. Is it technically blackface? I mean, I guess it's kind of, but it's really fucking funny. And like,
look, this scene, like the whole character of David Cross in this thing, like looking at it from today's point of view, yeah, it's a little insensitive, but also it's kind of funny.
Dude, it's fun. But because he is the whitest black guy who ever was.
Right.
And
yeah,
that's super obvious at the end of the movie, like, at the burger restaurant and all, but whatever. We'll get there. He's the whitest black guy that ever was. But yeah, so that's where like the big ultimate plot is, right? He determined like Pootie Tang left the city, so he has him under contract, so Dick Lecter doesn't want him to come back. He can create multiple false Pootie Tangs to spread his messages,
and none of them look right.
Oh, not at all.
I'm really surprised I didn't see a dwarf Pootie in that crowd.
Honestly, given the time, that's kind of an oversight on the part. Yeah,
it really was.
No, it was.
That would have been hilarious.
I would have lost my shit. Cancel me, fuck you. That would have been amazing. So, but yeah, he basically insinuates heavily to Dirty D that like, basically go find Pootie and fucking kill him. Right. I have him under contract. I have these multiple false Pooties.
We need him dead because we need the
because he says, yeah,
we need the real deal gone so that nobody understands.
In a week, the Bad Time Burger restaurant is going to launch in a week with these Pootie burgers. Pootie presents Pootie's Bad Time Burgers. What the fuck ever. In a week. So we need to make sure, like, the only thing that could make this shit go wrong is if the real Pootie shows up.
Right.
So go take care of this shit.
Right.
And Dirty D's like, I got you, bro. Or something like that.
Well, no, at first he was like, well, I've been trying to get rid of him forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting rid of Pootie Tang ain't as easy as you think it is.
The thing about Dirty D is he sees Pootie Tang as his arch rival, and Pootie Tang does not think about Dirty D at all.
Yeah, right. But Dick Lecter is like, well, maybe this will help. And he shows him the belt.
Oh, that's right.
So that gives Dirty D the incentive.
Irene got the belt from Pootie Tang when she did.
Yes, they've already got the belt away from Pootie Tang. Now they're going to use the belt.
So Dick Lecter gives Dirty D the belt.
Yes.
Yes. And he, is basically like, yeah, check him out. At this point is the weird, what I have written down as weird pie scene with Pootie and Stacy.
I love it.
You want to take this one, Chucky?
She brings him a pie cake.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't care how hot you think the guy is.
And he just immediately he looks at the pie, looks back up at her,
He wastes
and then
no
dips his
time.
hand into it and starts smearing it on himself like
rubbing
it's
it on his
suntan lotion.
chest and,
The
like,
whole time she is
his-
talking to him, he is just rubbing this pie all over his
she's
neck and
like-
chest.
Not
I
eating
know.
any of it, not getting any of it in his mouth. In fact, you can
until
see
the
it.
very end. Yes, he does eventually.
He gets
like,
a cherry.
Well, because she's like, you probably like a sexy girl. And
Yeah, she is losing herself
I know
in
I'm not pretty,
sexual
but-
fortitude at this point.
But oh my god, and you should just watching him like rub this pile
To the
over him.
point where she tackles him through the window.
Well, that's later though, because eventually he like takes a bit and he says, I don't remember.
I'm
what.
gonna sign your pity on the
running
running
pad,
pad.
exactly, and she's like,
No, what?
I was trying to be mindful of the microphone levels. But yeah, she tackles him through the window and they bang.
They do.
That's what happens. Yep. But at
You
that
get to see in
point,
the deleted scene, like the picture of them below the window whenever they land, and she's just like writhing on top of him, just like that woman that drank the milk.
the red dress woman.
Yeah, he's just laying back, letting her do whatever she
But
wants.
at that point, Biggie Shorty comes in and she explains like he couldn't stand a woman not loving herself, right?
Yeah.
So all of this is to try and instill some sense of self-esteem in Stacy, which fucking hell yeah, Pootie Tang.
Yeah, that's one of the things
Thank you.
about this
and then
character.
Biggie Shorty adds at the end, "I'm not going to put up with that hero
Hero
shit
for too much,
forever."
yeah. But I just, as a woman who, kind of hates herself, fucking thank you, sir. Good job. You're doing God's work. I don't believe in God, but whatever. So so they bang. And then you kind of get a scene in the city. What has happened since the Christ-like figure of Pootie Tang has departed, right?
Yeah.
Everything
Crime is
drugs,
rampant.
Fire. People are eating.
Yeah.
It's like
People-
Detroit and RoboCop.
Yes.
Exactly.
People are getting fatter than ever. Everyone's fighting. They go out of their way to say no one's reading. No kids are fucking reading anymore.
No kids are
Pootie
going to
Tang is
school.
gone. It's all fucking chaos. Absolute chaos. So yeah. So and then tragedy strikes at the farm. Because
The cornstalk
dies.
that
Pootie Tang's
Pootie Tang has been
cornstalk
growing this whole
dies.
time dies.
It has been, really representative of
and
his
it's one of
hope.
the three things in his
safeness.
life that he has
Four
ever
things.
lost.
Four things. But yes, it's a super, he drops to his knees. He puts his face in his hands and he has what I wrote down as a Lion King moment.
Absolutely.
Because Daddy Tang, Chris Rock, comes to him
As the cornstalk.
Daddy corn.
as Daddy Corn. Yeah, this man, I love
So
Chris
just so
Rock
you-
back in the day. Holy shit.
You out there know, this is Chris Rock.
Watch your leaves.
Yeah, watch the leaves.
No, he said, "Watch your leaves."
That's right. Oh my god.
This is Chris Rock dressed up as Daddy Tang, but also
As a corn.
as a
Like
stalk of
cornstalk.
corn.
Like he has corn kernel patterns on his forehead going up.
Yes.
This man is standing there.
He is
perfectly
fully in
serious.
corn makeup and talking to his son.
It's amazing. But yeah, it's very simple.
And then his mother shows up
Yeah, as a cow.
as a cow.
Mhm.
And basically, the contrast here is that Chris Rock, as the father, is telling him that the belt was just a metaphor.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Pootie Tang is having a crisis of conscience, right? And he, Daddy Tang comes to him in his time of need, and he's like, dude, I died too soon. You let some girl get the belt, didn't you? And that's when the mama cow comes in, and she's like,
the
man,
mom
fuck
is-
you, corn man. What did she call
Shut
him?
your corn ass up.
Thank you. And she's like, no, that's not all it fucking is. There's more to it. He died before he could actually explain to you the full truth.
Right.
Which
She's
is?
telling him that he has so much to give to the world. And
Yes.
he has the charisma, if you will, to make people believe it.
Well, it has to do with being do good for the world, help people, but
But-
love is the key. You have to let people into your heart too. Pootie
Yes,
Tang.
but at the same time, the father is telling him he needs to find the the whatever.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Is Mojo?
No,
Bringing it back to
he
Austin
he needs to find the courage to make that happen. So the mother is telling him he has all these great qualities as a man to change the world,
Well,
and his father is saying that he needs the confidence in which to do that.
yes, but the whole point is this whole time Pootie Tang has been working off of half of the formula, right? Like it goes back to the you can't let the dillies get your belt. Right? You can't
Right.
let the ladies get
At this
between you
point,
and your
Pootie
belt, but
Tang-
at the same time, you need to open your heart to love.
Pootie Tang at this point is where he realizes that all the confidence that he had as Pootie Tang was wrapped up in this idea of the belt.
And
When
that's also where Daddy Tang reveals that he bought the belt at Piggly
Yeah,
Wiggly
the
for 95
belt is
cents.
nothing.
It's a placebo. It's
Yes.
the placebo effect.
It-
Like,
it-
you
it's
had
it's
it
the
within you.
MacGuffin to give you the confidence that you need to be
Right.
Pootie
You
Tang.
had it in you with all the
Yes.
power of the
I
belt.
dated a
was
girl
in
that was
you.
born in a Piggly Wiggly.
I believe this.
I absolutely believe that. And Chucky, it makes me love you all the more. And I don't, what the fuck? The sentences you say sometimes.
What?
How dare you what? Given your previous sentence.
Sarate.
What a time. Oh my God. So
Oh, this movie is.
Town.
This is a fucking disaster. Oh my God. So, but yeah. So, anyways, his father, the ghosts of his father and his mother come to him, give him the strength and the direction. Like, move forward. Like, be true to yourself, but also let people into your heart and fucking fight. Like, all this shit is being done in your name. What the fuck
Right.
are you doing here crying, boy? Get the fuck up
Yeah.
and go.
They're going to sully your name, and
That's right.
I didn't raise you like that.
Absolutely.
Basically, which is a really fucking good
Which
message.
again is exactly Lion King. That's all fucking Mufasa says to Simba.
Yeah,
I
there
just need to-
is a like startling amount of heart in this film that
No.
I was not ready for.
No, it's very good. I genuinely love this movie. But anyway, so so he now has his goal in mind. However, there is a hiccup because the sheriff, Stacy's father,
He's now aware that they banged
they had banged.
because I guess the
I mean-
daughter came home and told him about it. I have no idea,
I
but
assume so.
he knows.
But he basically, he comes to Pootie and he's like, all right, well, I heard you had a good time with my daughter. So when's the wedding?
Yeah. So now Pootie Tang has to,
Yeah.
Pootie Tang has to marry the sheriff's daughter. So they,
Yeah, basically, I mean.
and to be fair, he tries to do the right thing.
Yes, he does. I mean,
I think, look,
there is
look,
also literally a pistol at his face.
I will say this.
So-
Pootie Tang is living his life like most of us should. He is letting life happen, and it is happening to him, and he's just kind of going with that flow.
You think that's how life should happen?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Look, this is the fucking hurdle that is in front of him is this marriage to the sheriff's daughter, and he's just going with it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no,
He had 45 stuck up his nose.
Exactly. Like the sheriff literally has it pressed against his face.
I guess, but at the same time, it's like he's not really hesitating all that much.
Well, but that's also the Pootie Tang way.
It is.
I mean, to be honest,
it really is because
he's
look,
he's very passive. He's not.
at the end of the day, Pootie Tang is aware that life is going to happen to Pootie Tang, and it's going to work out the way Pootie Tang needs it to work out.
Or the way it was meant to work out, regardless.
Exactly. It was just, it's this fucking like arc with his character that he just kind of goes with the flow.
I mean, at this point, he's what, in his 30s, mid-30s? How old is
I would say,
Pootie Tang
yeah.
supposed to be?
30, 32, somewhere in there.
So, I mean, I think he's just kind of given over to, like, the universe just kind of directs him to where it needs him to be,
Right.
more or less, right? So he just kind of goes along with it. And I mean, as we see throughout this movie, that's what happens. It works
But
out.
he also plays by the rules.
Yes. No, he has a very strict moral code.
Right. So if
And that's what
if the
makes
rules
him
are I
amazing.
slept with your daughter, now I got to marry your daughter.
Then that is what I do.
Yes.
I also have a 45 at my face, as Chucky said. So, but yeah, before we can get to that, like while the sheriff is like, has the 45 to Pootie's face, someone shows up.
Dirty D.
Dirty D and Froggy, who
Get down, dirty.
Dirty D comes. Dick Lecter obviously sent him out. He has tracked him down, and he's here to finally fucking like do away with this because
Kill Pootie
again,
Tang.
exactly. Remember, to Dirty D, Pootie Tang is the arch enemy. To Pootie Tang,
it's like the Monarch and Dr. Venture.
This is look if
He just does not give a shit. Like, it's you again?
yes.
if this was a Looney Tunes cartoon, Pootie Tang is Bugs Bunny, Dirty D is Elmer Fudd. That's how this works. It's just
I can
it's
see
that
that.
type of relationship.
yeah.
He shows up.
No,
as
I think he's more Yosemite Sam.
okay. Sure, any
His
one of those.
biscuits are burning. That's true.
But this is where Pootie Tang kind of gets his confidence back. He's
He
already
does.
talked to his dead father and
He
his dead
has.
mother.
Well, yeah, he's full of the power of the belief of his dead parents, right?
Yes.
He knows his path forward.
He has a
rediscovered
destiny
his
now.
purpose. That's right. And so, yeah, Dirty D shows up, and Dirty D is wearing Pootie Tang's belt, right? Like the ultimate fuck you.
This is the Lonely Island moment of this film.
One moment. Hold on. Because the beginning is Froggy is on the car as they pull up, right? His Dirty D's main friend.
Oh,
henchman.
yeah.
Throw a beer bottle at a random
He
person
did,
in the road.
yeah. At a mailbox or something. Yeah, he just fucking like throws a beer bottle at something. But then he walks up and just swaggers the fuck up and slaps the sheriff.
Did you notice that the bums that were following the car on foot,
Yes.
the dirty people that are just following Dirty
Yeah,
D around,
yes.
There's
But
this one woman. with, like, a white
Froggy
dress.
straight up walks up.
the one screaming
And
at
he-
the end of the movie. Yeah.
He pimp slaps the shit out of the sheriff.
And then, JB Smoove cuts in. And he's like,
So-
oh shit.
I gotta see that
I gotta
again.
see that again. Yeah.
Yeah, and they rewind the footage.
3
he slaps
times.
him again. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's part of the joke.
Anyways. So, but yeah, there's this whole showdown with Dirty D. Can we guess how that works out?
So Dirty D pulls the belt off. He tries to beat the shit out of Pootie Tang with it, and
I
it's
love this.
yeah, it's like the weakest.
The belt is powerless against Pootie Tang. It
Yes,
will not
it
go
is.
against its master, is how I read that.
And then the belt, as if it has a mind of its own,
Yeah.
starts taking over.
Well, yeah, because Dirty D is like trying to hit him, right? And it is like the most limp dick, like fucking,
Yes, limp dick is the perfect example of this. Perfect way to describe
it. Doesn't. It's just the most gentle slaps,
And-
just like. I'm sorry.
Pootie Tang, I guess he has some kind of mind control over the belt.
Well,
It starts wrestling away from
I
him.
think he's already won with the belt, so there's no power. It's powerless against him. It's already his.
He's
He
kind of
owns
one
it.
with everything
Absolutely
in the world at this point.
Christ-like.
Yes, Christ-like.
He's Neo.
He
Yes.
is, yes.
No, it's Neo at the end of the first Matrix where he breaks through and sees the code and realizes, oh, I don't even have to really try. I can just
Yes,
against Agent
absolutely.
Smith. Yeah.
It's an effortless fucking like mind body connection with him and the belt. He gets the belt wrapped
He's
around his
Nirvana.
hand.
He's
he is
enlightened.
one with all things.
He is the Buddha.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He has achieved enlightenment.
And he beats
He's
the
the
shit
Puka-Buddha.
out of Dirty D.
Oh yeah, no, he takes the belt back effortlessly and it like curls around his hand and the
Yes.
belt buckles at the front. And then the like fucking beatdown
The
begins.
ass whooping
And it
begins.
literally is, god damn it, the end of the Matrix where Neo's looking at his hand like effortlessly blocking all of Agent Smith's fucking
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. It's the Matrix.
Oh my god. Oh, this is so 2001. So, but yeah, no, he gets his belt back. And Dirty D is at long last defeated.
He is.
However, Pootie does still have a hurdle in his way because the sheriff comes back up and puts the gun to his face again.
He's still got to marry the sheriff's
You
daughter.
fucked my daughter, therefore you must marry her.
And that's when JB Smooth's character.
Yep. Chucky shows up.
Chucky.
He finally. There's this whole thing. Chucky, I don't know if you remember the lines, but he's like, oh, I remembered he was at the farm. Oh, this whole time he was at the farm.
Yeah.
How did I forget?
The whole
he
time
was
I'm
at the
narrating
farm?
this film, I told you he was at the farm, and now I forgot he was at the. How the fuck did I forget that he was at the
Exactly.
farm?
So yeah, no. Chucky shows up in Pootie's car.
Mm-hmm.
According to you, which is incorrect, disgusting powder blue color. Which
It's
I
terrible.
love powder. Fuck you. I love powder blue.
Fucking hate that color.
It says so much, really. So, but yeah, no, he pulls up in his car and is like, dude, Pootie, you gotta get back to the city. Like, everybody's saying this shit about you. Like, they don't need you anymore. They're still promoting you with these, like, false Pooties, whatever, right? Like, he lets him know that, like, his name and his likeness, supposedly, is being used for all these, like, adverse things, right?
Right.
You gotta
go back to the city.
And
Pootie Tang hops in the car. He drives off,
Yes.
leaving JB Smooth with the top hat he was wearing for the
Chucky.
wedding.
Yeah.
And now the sheriff is like, "Well, you got to marry my daughter,"
Yes.
and he does.
Apparently, he
because they are a couple.
He just does. Yeah, they're so then cut to the grand opening for the first I don't know, franchise.
Bad Time Burgers.
Yes, Pootie's Bad Time Burgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, do people actually do this for the opening of restaurants? Like hold
Not
press
anymore.
conferences and shit?
Not anymore, really.
But whatever. Dick Lecter is there and Irene's probably there. I know David Cross in blackface is there.
Yes.
Pootie Tang.
David Cross is there in blackface, which is ridiculous because
No. I need you to understand, listeners, if you have not seen this movie, he has never been whiter as when he is trying to be Pootie Tang. Because he says the lines, but they're not quite right. It's always
Kinda like I did.
off. It very much. I wasn't going to bring that up again. But yes, refer back to God knows how long ago in this episode. Go listen to Chad try and speak Pootie Tang dog. But no, yeah, they're opening the.
that Dairy Terry was all the tinny.
There you go.
Pootie walks, he struts like this.
That's in the training video.
Round on the cranny town.
Oh my goodness. You got, you're so fly.
Dilly on, my damie.
So yeah, it's
Sadate.
ta-da-ta. It's the time for the final showdown. So, Pootie, of course, arrives at the nick of time. And Dick Lecter and Irene and blackface David Cross, a fake Pootie, whatever, are, up on the pedestal, about to open the restaurant. And, there's a bunch of reporters there. And
The
they're
crowd
like, oh
has
my God,
realized
Pootie.
that this is the real Pootie Tang.
Yeah, but they didn't until like
Whereas
the real
Dick
Pootie
Lecter
Tang
is
shows
trying to
up.
tell him, "Oh, don't pay attention to him.
He's nobody."
This is the real Pootie Tang."
And David's
directed
like,
to David
Cross
Cross.
is like,
And he's like, "Yes,
I
that's
am the real
true.
Pootie
I am
Tang."
the real Pootie."
But yeah, so everyone's like, there's mass confusion. Biggie Shorty shows up, and she's like, oh yeah, hell yeah,
She's ready to kick ass, with
dude,
Pootie
in the
Tang.
name of her man.
So they've
she's
got
here to defend.
they've
her
got
man.
all the Pootie Tang doppelgangers.
at that point, that's when the like herd of fake Pootie Tangs come out.
Yes,
Right? Are they all white people? I
most
feel
of
like
them are
they're
white.
all
Yes,
I think
most
I
of
saw
them.
a few Asian ones.
Oh, nice.
It was everybody.
But no one is remotely good. Most people aren't even in blackface. They're
None of them
just
look like Pootie Tang.
They're all wearing cheetah skin shirts.
Yes, it's
so
ridiculous.
bad. Oh my God.
So at this point, Pootie Tang jumps down. He's
dude,
like, "Okay, it's time to kick
It is
everybody's ass."
It is a kung fu off.
This is
right?
very Bruce Lee,
No, very.
like
Yes,
quality
absolutely.
ass kicking.
I wouldn't say quality.
Except he's using the belt instead of his fists
Absolutely.
and kicking
Biggie
people.
Shorty is there too. She is defending her man. It is her and Pootie Tang against this like army of fake Pootie
It looks
Tang.
like a Dynasty Warriors fight.
It is an ocean of Pootie Tang imposters, one at a
Don't
time,
remotely
attacking.
Look like Pootie
No,
Tang.
it's ridiculous. It's awesome.
Oh my God. But yeah, and she's like, "Are you looking at my ass? Are you looking at my ass?" And yeah, I don't know.
She's very
Anyway,
concerned.
he's got the belt going. She is defending her man.
And
It's
her
a
ass.
absolutely. Yep.
Again, Wanda Sykes is my favorite part of
no,
this movie.
hands down, she's my favorite
Yes,
character. I mean,
absolutely.
Lance, what was his name, Chucky?
Carruthers.
Thank you. As Pootie Tang is fucking beautiful as this character. Like, he's perfect. I have no idea who the fuck he is.
Yeah, and it really is wonderful that I haven't seen him in anything else. He isn't famous.
No, because if he had been Chris Rock, I would have seen Chris Rock.
Right? Exactly. But he is so easily able to lose himself in this role.
He does so good.
And do you remember Chucky? Did you ever see American Movie?
You mean the spoof movie?
Yes.
Hell no. I didn't watch any of those.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't even see Scary Movie.
The reason I bring that up,
movie so much.
Movie. God damn it.
I watched.
You don't like the girl that used to be married to Mario?
She's married to Chris Pratt.
I love her.
No, they're exes now.
Yeah. He left her for something.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter?
No. What? No.
Anna Faris.
Thank you.
I love Anna Faris.
No, she's the Anna Faris. No, she's the Scary Movie girl. She just does stupid too well. That
Have you ever seen that movie? She was in Smiley Face, the Gregoraki movie.
I feel like as a person who has a vagina, I have to dislike her.
I 100% agree with you on that.
You have a vagina too?
I do.
Holy shit, where have you been hiding that for 20 years?
Right here.
You do have a mangina.
Oh my god! I never looked.
Yeah, well, you know.
He's old Chad.
Yeah. I wish you had been on that episode, Chucky. You weren't on our Mighty Bush episode.
All right.
No, we recorded one.
No. I'm saying this right now. We are going to do Mighty Bush again with Chucky.
I'm here for that.
We got to cover Noel Fielding's
luxury comedy.
I have a shirt. I have a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Dude,
luxury comedy. Ooh, yeah.
I love Noel Fielding.
Anyways, Pootie Tang.
All right, so from
we're almost through.
Yes, dude, we are so close. Okay, so hold on. Oh yeah, so Biggie Shorty gets in the crane. Mm-hmm. And that is holding like the sign for the.
It's got Pootie Tang's face on it. Right. It's the sign for the Bad Burgers.
Bad Time Burgers.
Bad Time Burger.
Yes.
Thing. She lifts it up in the air. She lets it go.
She drops it on the limo, on Dick Lecter's limo.
Right.
And that apparently, I guess, lets him out of the contract, or.
Well, that was a metaphor for the audience that we have won. Yeah. We have defeated this corporate.
The movie is coming to
conglomerate.
An end.
Yes, the movie is very quickly coming to an end.
So apparently that just fixes everything, and so then Pootie Tang spanks Lecter with the belt.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Against the limo, very reminiscent of earlier in the movie.
He has kicked the ass of every Pootie imposter that was there, and now he's got Dick Lecter. He's
contracts don't matter.
He's riding him and spanking him. Yes. And and
God, to see Robert Vaughn, who again, I understand from what I understand, he had a lengthy film career.
He's perfect for this role.
No, I literally only know him from basketball.
Yes,
but he also played an evil.
He is absolutely the quintessential slimy corporate CEO type.
He does so good. And in basketball, he absent-mindedly wipes bird shit on his face.
Yes.
He seems like the Bond villain type. He might have even been a Bond villain for all I know.
Dude, I don't fucking know.
He could be. He's like Christoph Waltz.
In Inglourious Basterds.
He's like the original Christoph Waltz.
I could see that.
Yeah, he every time I see him, I get that vibe. Sliminess.
And again, the first time we watched this,
similar head shapes,
and
the overall
top
face of the head is very,
and then it goes down to a point, kind of
like Flathead from the Dick Tracy comics. You know that.
Yeah, it's.
But no, the first time I saw this movie and I saw Robert Vaughn was in it again. I only know him from basketball, and I was like, oh, they traded out Jenny McCarthy for Jennifer Coolidge.
Which is a bad trade.
That's a downgrade, man.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. No. That does this.
Who do you think, at this time period, who would be a better role for the Irene character?
Jenny McCarthy?
Again, Jenny McCarthy was fucking perfect. And for all of her bullshit autism,
Jennifer
whatever the
Tilly.
fuck ever.
No.
We talked about Jennifer Tilly earlier.
I guess she has to be named Jennifer, first of all.
Absolutely.
Definitely not Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, God, no.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know who it would be.
No. She's Labyrinth and
honestly.
God damn it, what's the fucking movie?
What was her name?
Ass to ass.
Yes, what is that fucking movie?
Requiem for a
Yeah,
Dream.
Thank
Requiem.
you. I've had
Maid
much to drink.
Marian.
My original
Yes,
thought was,
yes.
what was her name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was in 13 Ghosts.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth would have been perfect
American
for this
Pie
role.
again.
Yes,
Back to fucking American Pie.
she would have been perfect for this role.
I hate
No.
her. I don't like her.
I don't
She's
like her either,
dumb,
but
man.
she would have been
I
perfect
mean,
for
I don't
this.
know her as a person. I'm sure she's
Julie
lovely.
Brown.
Oh my god.
Not downtown, just regular
No,
Julie
not
Brown.
downtown Julie Brown.
All right, we're wrapping this up.
Oh my god.
This just went way too long. Our runtime is like twice the length of this movie.
Thanks, Lecter.
Yeah, he rides him side saddle,
He
spanking him at the same time.
Absolutely. Very reminiscent of earlier in the movie with Dirty D. And then, I mean, it basically, that's like the end of it, right? It cuts back to Bob Costas, who, you know, at the very beginning of the movie, or if you remember, God, 2.5 hours ago. Holy fuck.
So the way the movie starts, he's
Again with Freaks.
Bob Costas is
Back to
interviewing.
Freaks.
Yeah, he's interviewing Pootie Tang, and now we're wrapping it up. We're back in the talk show setting.
Yeah, Bob Costas is
That's
like,
the longest
thank you.
podcast about a movie clip that's ever been made.
It's the longest movie clip I've ever seen.
So the whole time, you have to believe this entire movie is part of Pootie Tang's movie.
Okay, so when you and I started watching this earlier today, it's the second time through.
Yes.
I was like, I had this like big brain, which is really stupid on my part. Like, wow, this whole movie is
A
actually
clip of Sign Your Pity on the Rooney Kind.
the movie we fucking see. That
Yes.
is known
It's
as
the
Pootie
title
Tang.
at the beginning.
I know, but
Yes.
I didn't understand the first time I watched it that this whole goddamn thing was the fucking movie. That
I
Pootie
realize
Tang
that
was.
every time I rewatch it. I never remember.
No. So the second time we watched
it's
it,
good
I
at
was
making
like,
you forget.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this whole movie is just a setup
Yeah.
for the audience that
For Sign Your Pitty on the Runny Kind.
yes, that this entire thing that we have witnessed is just a clip of a show or a movie.
So Pootie Tang exists in reality, so to speak, and he's being interviewed by Bob Costas, and it is literally for this movie.
Yes.
And everything we have
That is
seen
it.
is that movie that Pootie Tang is.
Now, this
there to
movie's running time is an hour and 11 minutes long. The last 15 minutes is
The last 3 minutes. You keep
The
saying
last
that. It's just the
15
credits.
minutes.
no, it's 15.
No,
we
it goes on-
clocked it.
We did. We watched
You
it
must have
on
watched
YouTube.
an extended version
We
then,
watched
because
it
I
on
just
YouTube.
okay. Well,
The
I
last
watched
15 minutes of this movie, apart from credits, is just recapping the movie, deleted
Oh, okay.
scenes,
All right.
Yeah.
outtakes.
It's kind of all mashed together, and it's thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah, but they
Like, we
tried their
watched
best
it
to get
all.
this to an 80-minute runtime for a
I
movie
mean-
that was.
I mean, back then it was really kind of typical to have like bloopers and whatnot, like in the
yes,
credits.
it was.
I mean, I always think of Jackie Chan, which is a totally different thing, and has been going back since
Jackie
the 80s,
Chan
like,
movies really had
Can
that.
we please
to-
do a Jackie Chan movie at some fucking point?
Well, yeah, we're gonna do martial arts.
I love him so much.
Remember?
Yeah. I adore him.
Next year, guys, in the month of March, we're gonna do martial arts.
Are we?
Yeah,
Okay, well, you better remember that.
Yes, I will.
Because that is news to me.
and it's probably gonna be taken over by Jackie Chan.
Chucky, do you have any opinion on Jackie Chan? Not his American shit. Have you ever seen any of his like Hong Kong movies?
Oh,
No
I
shame.
think
if
I
you
have. I think I've seen Drunken.
Drunken Master.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Legend of Drunken Master.
I think I've seen both of them because that was my Hollywood video days when I was just trying to find everything I could. I watched a lot of the cartoon
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
I'm
No.
sorry.
I mean, it was just on, and again, didn't have cable, so it was on at
my
that time of the
God.
day.
I get it, but if that's your exposure to Jackie Chan, then I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
treat
not
this
very
no,
exposed to Jackie.
Then we treat this as a teachable moment.
I've heard
because-
a story about that police story movie.
which one?
I don't know. They go to a Chinese market,
Yeah.
and in the original version, the Chinese version, you can hear dogs barking in the background, and he's at a meat market. Yeah, he's buying dog meat. Yeah.
No,
But in the American version, they cut that part
my
out.
love for Jackie Chan knows no bounds, but only really with the Hong Kong movies. I don't care for the Rush Hours, the tuxedos.
Call me down on the panty sty.
Okay, all right, Pootie Tang, you are right. I mean,
We'll do a Jackie Chan episode.
Oh my
It's
God.
gonna happen.
Dude,
I'm
promised
a
like 4
fan.
different episodes.
We're gonna do it. This is the episode. Everything that we have said in this episode that we are gonna do, we are gonna do.
I get to show Chucky something that
But we
I
gotta
love
wrap
that he
this
hasn't
up.
seen.
We are at so fucking long now.
Oh, I gotta say, this also reminds me of another movie that I forgot about.
What?
The Last Dragon.
Ooh.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
I can see
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's got the Bruce Lee shit to it. Like,
Yeah, this is very Last Dragon.
Yeah,
and
it
fucking,
is.
what's his name? Who's the main bad guy in that? The guy with the football. God damn it!
It says show enough.
Yeah, show enough.
By the late Julius Carey.
Yeah. He reminded me a lot
He
of
was in
30
Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place,
cool.
according to Google.
Anyway, Sarate, I guess.
And what a time, man.
What a ta.
Dude, like, okay, what are you going to ask what we think about this and if we would recommend it?
I highly recommend it. Chucky, once again, thank you for recommending this because this is something that I saw when I was younger. I loved it when I was younger. Watching it as an adult, I love it just as much.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done a movie that we totally love. Like,
I
that
love
there's
this
nothing
movie.
wrong with. I mean, we've had something
No.
to say about, except for Jennifer Coolidge, everything's been great.
But she played her role perfectly. Like, to be fair, she is exactly the person she needed to be. I just don't like that person. But
Everybody in this movie is exactly the character they need to be.
All right, back to it. Yeah, you don't have to ask my opinion. I was the one that recommended it. I love this fucking movie.
I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I laughed more the second time,
Hey.
even though I knew it was coming up.
This movie has
I can
made
watch
me-
it over and
Yes.
over and over again. This is in the same realm as Fear and Loathing for me.
Oh, see, I can't watch that because of Benicio del Toro losing his shit in the bath with the oranges and all that shit. Oh, it creeps me out.
This
I
is
want you to throw
I
the spirit.
no, I've been around people who are so fucked up that like
rabbit reaches
the danger is so real and imminent in that moment where I'm like, and I get flashbacks. But
Get in the bathroom and clean your shorts.
I
Clean
don't,
your shorts, goddammit, like a big boy.
I don't like it.
I love it. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, well, because you're on the Benicio del Toro side and I'm
Oh, yeah.
on the other fucking side.
anyway.
We should do Fear and Loathing on mushrooms.
Oh my
We'll do
God.
Fear and Loathing on mushrooms.
What?
Yeah.
What did
So
what? Oh my God.
100%. So yes, I'm an absolute fucking adorer of this movie. It's not exactly what I expected in my adulthood.
Dude, I had never seen this.
But it also
I had
has-
no preconceptions.
It also tugs at my nostalgia.
It's so nostalgic. It is so again.
If you were over the age of 35, go back and watch this
exactly
film.
2001.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
shit.
it's free on YouTube. It is enjoyable. It's short enough, and it's just goddamn fucking
the
charming.
It's free on YouTube.
Yes.
But you know what? It's also for sale on Amazon. And if
Yeah.
you want to give Lance Carruthers some
See, that's the thing. You gotta
royalties,
buy it new.
because he's
There
not.
you
Don't
go.
buy it fucking used. Because
Okay.
anything you buy used, he doesn't get shit for.
Yeah, but I'm saying on Amazon, if you purchase
Yeah.
it digitally,
Yeah.
he
No,
gets the
go buy
royalties
it
for
new.
Go
it.
buy it on Amazon.
He
But
is
It's cheap. It's like $6.
if you can't afford
And you will watch
$6, go
this
watch it on
movie
YouTube.
over and over again.
No, it is exactly my type of humor.
Yeah,
it is
it's
so specific to 2001.
it is very enjoyable.
Holy shit, I love this movie.
So
I
with
mean-
that being said, Chucky,
Where can people
Don't
find
bang
you?
the dilly.
Are we not doing fucking where can people find you?
Yeah, where can people find you, Chucky?
No, you're supposed to do
Chad's mom's house.
Oh shit, she's dead.
Yeah, my dead mother's house. Look for Chucky at my dead mom's house. He's probably fucking
I
her.
know where.
No, I inherited it.
Oh, yeah, well, hey,
I'm
whatever.
telling your stepfather.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna name.
Where can
it.
people find you, Jess?
God damn, this is a travesty. I am JHL Moon on everything. Reach out if you want. Don't if you don't. Fuck off. Whatever.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Chad J Moon. The podcast now has a YouTube channel.
Oh, we do. We did that this week.
Yeah, we did. What is it at?
It's youtube.com/at the Pretty Little Podcast.
42069.
Oh shit.
Or
you're
69
right.
420.
No, yeah, it is. 60,
Yeah, 69 420. Okay.
YouTube.com/at the Pretty Little Podcast 69420 because you're a fucking idiot.
Because I have a child's brain, I guess. Not only that, you can find us on Instagram. We're not on Twitter or Facebook yet, really.
You can also find us wherever you find podcasts, man. And fucking like, subscribe, leave a review, dude. Let us know what you fucking like. What
Yeah.
do you want to hear?
You can send us an email at the Pretty Little Podcast without the exclamation point because it wouldn't let me put it in there
at gmail.
at gmail.com.
Yeah. We are slowly getting this social shit together.
True.
Chucky has something to say.
Yeah. What he said. How about some fan mail?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, fan mail.
From Perth.
From Perth, Australia.
Yeah.
We have, dude,
Apparently that's
people
we're-
from
look,
Australia are listening to
big
this
in
shit.
Perth.
On the
right?
next episode,
Fucking shout out to Australia.
Shout out to
What the
Australia. You guys
You
are fucking
cunts.
Yeah.
That's British.
One of the biggest places we are listened to at is Perth, Australia, of all things. But
Because we get the stats, and Chad and I look at that
look,
shit.
one drunk guy found our podcast and he told his drunk friends, and I'm fine with
And we
that. Get
love
drunk
you.
and listen to it and have a good fucking time.
Dude, we love you for it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your Fosters.
Yeah.
Australian for beer.
Australian for beer.
'Cause that's all you guys drink, right?
Right?
And
That's
you,
the thing, right?
and you
And shrimp on the Barbie.
yeah, you cook Barbies
And
with
koalas
shrimp.
have chlamydia.
They do.
That's true.
We're going to break this
Don't
all
touch
down
them.
on the next episode. I already had that planned.
And they cry
Yeah.
like children.
Like rabbits screaming like
With that
rabbits.
said, everybody, what a tay.
What a day, everybody. We love you. Mwah.
Bye.